Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door. And indeed, join us for today's Saturday Super Stream. And as you can see down the bottom, it says FA Cup Super Stream. So we are going to be looking at these FA Cup third round games. We're going to be looking at our championship teams, our dearly departed teams, etc. etc. Should be a good little bit of fun. The games all spread out. We had a couple last night. We had some middays today. We got some 3 p.m s, and they frankly go right through the weekend. So should be a manageable load. As you can see, they're scrolling down the bottom there, but should be plenty for us to enjoy. Let's just make sure you can see me and hear me loudly and clearly, and let it be known if you're watching and who you are watching. I think there's a fair bit of coverage over on BT possibly, so a lot of the games are going to be screened, and the FA's streaming services. Let's just quickly do our plug, and being it's a super stream, we got to say a big thank you to David, who is a Watford fan. They play tonight, unfortunately for him, so we're not going to cover them at Manchester United. But David is supporting our super streams, our fan sponsor now. Whenever we're doing multiple games, you'll see a big thank you to David going up there. You too can get involved over on Patreon. Remember, we are still looking for a sponsor for the fake news sin bin. So, yes, opportunities abound over here on the channel. Let me just check a couple of settings. I'm just going to press a couple of buttons. I hope it doesn't make everything wash out and look silly. No, that looks okay, doesn't it? Good. I hadn't set my camera stuff up properly. Let's just go in the chat and see what we got going on. Liam is going to be watching Burnley and MK. We will keep them in there. I did look and think, well, Burnley and MK are essentially our only game where there's not a dearly departed team or a championship team. But being there's only one, and being Liam's always here watching MK, we will have that one down the bottom there as well. Jamie's here, probably looking forward to Leeds tomorrow, and Crawley, Alistair, Paris 9, Anir, Noah, Charlie. Great to hear from you, Charlie. Watching from hospital. Hope all doing well. We hope you're okay, my friend. Good to hear from you, Charlie. Bits is here. Alan says, I've borrowed Matt Hancock's pink tie. I don't get that reference, Alan. When was Matt Hancock wearing a pink tie? Do I have a pink tie? I don't know what I've got on. There we go. Afternoon, Ben. Strong Fulham line. We'll look at the teams, Trevor, in a jiffy. Hoping for some upsets, aren't we always? Hi to Edward. Bits has been watching Reading Academy over at Luton. We'll get onto that. Edward's looking for a Watford surprise against Man U. Noah will look at QPR, although looks as though Fulham have gone strong, which we did expect them to, given where they are currently. Need a bit of a smile, certain teams here. Josh is here. Alex is here. I'm going to be appearing on his channel, I think, very, very soon. Both Sheffield clubs to exit. Pops of Vinyls, not got BT, so no games. Someone let me know in the chat. Is the FA app doing it, or website? Strong Burnley team. I said we would be spanked. Chorley 2, Derby nil. We will get through all of this. Yes. Second that, David, about Charlie. Very proud of the Millers today. Is that over now? Just ran out of steam a little in extra time. Very encouraging. Do you know, Iain, when I saw it said Decore 93, I thought, oh no, Rotherham haven't lost in the 93rd minute again. But it was extra time. So there we go. Actually, I hadn't considered that. We might get to stay on for extra time today. If anyone knows about the TV situation, yeah, the FA players got it. I don't know if there's anything on BBC. Let's have a look, guys, at what has been happening. Last night, I'm sure you are all aware, it was Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 4. But, I mean, look at the Villa team, basically entire under-18s team, wasn't it? Oh, certainly under-20s team for sure, against, look, Salah, Mane, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Milner, some very, very established players in there. And an easy win in the end for Liverpool. What is vibrating on there? Is that my phone? There we go. Sorry, we're going to move on to the next one last night, which we're not actually that interested in because it was Wolves 1, Palace 0. No dearly departed or championship teams in there. At midday, Boreham Wood 0, Millwall 2. Rowett, I guess, doing the right thing here and just going strong with it. 2 goals there. Kenza Hoare in and scoring. Sean Hutchison with the second in the second half. You can see pretty dominant there. Look, 21 shots in the box for your one big chance. There you go. But look, fielding. So Białkowski gets a rest. Hutchison, Pearce, Cooper. McNamara gets a start down the right. We'd heard about him on Lions TV, haven't we? And Scott Malone, Woods, Leonard. Tyler Bury off the front there. So Jed Wallace and Białkowski are the ones that get the rest. Troy Parrott and Kenza Hoare, and Kenza Hoare gets in the goal. So I would say a good exercise there for Millwall today. We also had in the early kickoffs, and as Bits said, it was Reading under 18s essentially. Although if you look in that Reading team there, look, Alpha Semedo's there. Michael Elise is very young, but obviously very good. Shone Aluko and Sam Baldock. But the other names you're kind of struggling with, Thomas Estevez as well, falls into the Elise category of being a youngster, but also a first teamer. George Moncur with a 30th minute goal, the only goal of the game. Luton at sort of what I call a 1.5 strength team there. Sluga, Bree, Osho, Potts, Galloway. Oh, maybe it is a reserve team. Moncur, Morel, Tunnicliffe, Hilton, Nombe, Elliott. No, I wouldn't call that a 1.5 team. That is pretty much Luton reserves. Give maybe Sluga, Bree, Tunnicliffe's played a fair amount, hasn't he? So has Elliott Lee this season. So certainly not Luton's strongest team, and they go through against Reading in our other early kickoff. Yeah, Forest 1, Cardiff 0, and that is pretty much a strongest 11 versus a strongest 11, isn't it? Okay, no Samba in goal, Jenkinson, Worrell, McKenna, Bong. We said Forest to be able to put out a strong team because they've got such a bloated squad, haven't they? Arta, Cafu, Amiobi, Guerrero, Lolly, Taylor. Okay, I'll take that back about Forest. But it shows what a strong squad they've got despite their league position. Cardiff, Phillips, Bakuna, Nelson, Bennett, Bagan, Pack, Volks, Wilson, Rules, Murphy, Glatzel. Certainly the front 6 there. Obviously no Sean Morrison or Bennett, the fullback, or Smithies, the keeper. But pretty strong team. And Forest go ahead and get the win in that one. I wonder if people at Cardiff are going to run short of patience with Mr. Harris. A defeat there in the FA Cup. Norwich 2, Coventry 0. Look at the Norwich reserve team. The sheer strength they have in their squad is incredible. No goalie, though. However, Tim Krul's got COVID. But look there. Mumba, Zimmerman, Gibson, Quintilla back now from injury. Tetty. Sorensen actually gets to play in midfield for once. He's played left back every game. McLean, Plachetta, Cantwell, Hugill. Very strong for Norwich, but able to leave Buendia, Vrancic, Pookie, Aarons, Hanley, loads of first teamers on the bench there. Coventry, that looks like the first team, doesn't it? Or give or take one or two. Wilson, Hine, McFadzean, and Ostergaard. De Costa, no, but I guess McCallum. Where's Darbo? I don't know. McCallum would have been cup-tied or... No, not cup-tied. What do you call it? Where the loan deal would have precluded him from playing. Giles, Sheaf, Hamer, O'Hare, Shipley, Biamu. So pretty strong team. Norwich get the win there, 2-0. Couple of early goals. McLean, Scottish international, and Hugel, who's generally a championship hitman of fairly decent repute, with the 2 goals. So through go league leaders Norwich. And was there one more game, guys, before we look at some of the other teams? There's 2 more, but let's get through quickly. What time are we? Good. We've still got a quarter of an hour before all the kickoffs come in. There is Everton Rotherham. Is that all over now? Additional time for so Rotherham have gone under Everton, giving it a good game. Pretty much first team there for Rotherham. Blackman, Ihekwa, Wood, McDonald, Harding, Olasunde, Crooks, Barlassa, Wiles, Lindsay, Smith. Looks like they lined up that 5-4-1, that defensive type shape. But in the game and look at that actually, fairly even on the numbers in terms of those 16 shots apiece, 4 on target apiece. Let me just check the big chances, see how close they actually got here. 3 big chances to 0. There we go. Everton, oh, look at that. James Rodriguez, a few rested, but still, look, I mean, Godfrey, Keane, Digne, Coleman, sell one of those players and fund most of Rotherham for about 2 years, couldn't you? So good effort from Rotherham. They get to extra time there. Olasunde with the equaliser to Cenk Tosun's goal in the first half. And Doucouré, who we had at Watford, didn't we? One of our championship teams, although he didn't make the start of the season before he'd already found his way up to Everton. Last one, and then I'll go to your comments and we'll look ahead at some of the games tonight. Well, I mean, look, there's the Derby team and, you know, just complete reserves. Obviously, COVID, they're striking and a bit of a hammering, really, with that 19 shots to 2. Hopefully, those young Derby players got something out of it. It's a defeat. They're out of the cup. It's all done there for Derby. Right, let's have a look at some of your comments. Guys, what do we got? Well in Chorley, lads. Owen's happy. See, from the flip side, if you're Forest and you're struggling in the table at the moment, then can get the confidence going. Doucouré is so good. We will we'll move on. We'll move on just quickly because I do want to look at some of these teams that we've got. Let's see what Stoke are doing against Leicester. I'll just put a little plug up at the bottom of the screen. You can super chat at any point during the show. Get your support in for our work here on the channel. So Bursick, Shawcross gets a game. Well, that's been a while. Suter, Bart, Smith, McLean, Mikel, Clucas, Allen, Brown, Vogt, strong from Stoke, but unfortunately for them, strong from Leicester as well. But no Vardy or Mattheson. Are they on the bench? No. Complete rest for those two, but still some big name players in there for Leicester. What have Sheffield United decided to do? I was there. We will just we'll go down this list the way they've got it by round here. Blackburn looking fairly strong. No Adam Armstrong, I'm seeing. No Harvey Elliott. They're still having to play Bradley Johnson in at centre back. So possibly Johnson and young Buckley starting in there. Look, Elliot Simos has just gone in from Barnsley to Doncaster there. Bradley Dack in the number 10 position. Good to have him back. Let's see what Big Sam is going to do. That's one of our dearly departed there. How strong's he gone? He's playing Matt Pereira up front. Really? Goodness me. So Button in goal. So Johnston gets a rest. Peltier, Ivanovic, Bartley, Gibbs, Jai. He won't play in central midfield, will he? Although he used to for Rotherham, didn't he? Kravinovic, Livermore, Gallagher, Grzycki gets a game, and Pereira. So no Carl Grant, Callum Robinson playing up top there for West Brom. And we did want to look at Sheffield United, and we can right now. If anyone in this whole stream is desperate for a win, it's Sheffield United. And yeah, quite sensibly, looks like Chris Wilder's gone nice and strong there, although not that he particularly knows what his strongest team in, because no one's winning any games for Sheffield United at the moment. Ramsdale, Basham Egan, Ampadu, still missing Jack O'Connell, Bogle and Osborne, Lundstrom, Norwood, Fleck, Berger's obviously out. But McGoldrick and Mousse up top. Strong team for Chris Wilder and Sheffield United. Moving on. Sheffield Wednesday, what are they doing? You see, that would have been fun for the police, wouldn't it? Sheffield United going down to Bristol Rovers and Sheffield Wednesday down to Exeter. They'd had to streamline the kickoffs for those ones, wouldn't they? And we do not have the teams there. My apologies. SofaScore. Anyone knows the Sheffield Wednesday team? Do let me know down there in the chat. Any luck with Oldham and Bournemouth? There we go. What are Bournemouth doing? Well, look at that. Josh King does start. We joked would that happen, and it has. Dennis in goal over Begovic. Stacey, Carter-Vickers gets a go. Simpson, Jamura gets a go. Kilkenny, Gosling, Billing, Brooks, King, Raquelme. So a 1.5 style team there. And let's see, Josh King. He's not going to sign a new contract. He's playing for a move, isn't he? Let's see how he goes today. Right, I've been hearing about this strong Fulham team. And what have we got there? Ruddock, Iain, Reeve, Congolo. Goodness me, I didn't realise he was still at Fulham. Tete and Brian, Loftus-Cheek, Reed, Onima, Cavaliero, Mitrovic. Yeah, good luck with that. I mean, we knew that they'd bombed out a lot of their players that did so well in the Championship last season, but still a pretty fearsome opponent there for QPR today. For Rangers, Dieng. What have SofaScore done there? There's no way Macaulay Bonne is playing left wing back or Lyndon Dykes left midfield. So we'll ignore that. Let's assume it is. So I have to do this on the fly now. Kane right back, Dickey, maybe Barbet is going to have to play left back and Cameron centre back. We'll call it Carroll Ball centrally. Is it going to be 4-2-3-1? I don't know. It might even be a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3. Let's call it a 4-3-3 with Bright Samuel right and Dykes down the middle and Bonne left. Maybe Chair central like a number 8 or something. But hopefully SofaScore will get their act together and give us the correct formation there at some point. I'll come to your comments in just a second. I really do want to have a look at all of these before we get our start. What are Swansea doing today? How strong is that? Woodman, yes. Cabango, Evans, Fulton, Norton, and Manning, Garrick, Byers. We said Byers would get in, didn't we? Danda, Gyökeres, and Routledge. So a few of the big names. Grimes, Ayew, Lowe now is a big name. Not playing for Swans. But it looks like they've got a couple of them on the bench, should they need them, at Stevenage, not far from me in Bedfordshire here. I'm in Bedfordshire. Is Stevenage in Bedfordshire or is in Hertfordshire? Someone will tell me in the chat, won't they? Last one, and then we'll get your comments. I promise. Wickham and Preston, what are these two up to? Come on, SofaScore, you can do it. Look at that. Debut for Admiral Musque, who's in on loan from Leicester. So also up in goal, McCarthy, Tafazoli, Knight, who's re-signed now on loan, hasn't he? Jacobson, Bloomfield, Adeniran, Wheeler, Onyedinman, Paisu, and Musque. Strong Wickham team there. Ripley, Rafferty, Story, Hughes, Earl. It's looking reserve-ish. But then Ledson, Mollenby, the new loan signing, Reese, Bayliss, Potts, Stockley. So that's possibly a 4-4-2. Reese won't play front right. Looks like he's got an orthodox front two on there. Alex Neil. Right. Did we get through all of those guys? We did our predictions yesterday, and I've got them all there. So we will actually be able to follow on with the predictions today. But if you want to throw any predictions in, my normal favourite at this point is, where is the first goal coming from today? Obviously, let me know which game it is you're watching, if you're on the FA Player or on BT. I have just got the Sky Sports feed and the Bet365 set up with the notifications. Let's have a look here. There you go. Good old Charlie Stephen. This is Hertfordshire. But we get on the bus to Sandy and the train goes to Biggles. There we go. Good knowledge, Charlie. I should know better living where I live now. I haven't been living here long. Only, how long have I been living here? 18 months? Although the last year has flown by. Ryan says, oh my God, King, will you just get sold so we get our 20% sell-on clause? Who gets the 20? Is that Blackburn, Ryan? I didn't realise about that. That might be worth having, although he's only got 6 months remaining on the contract. First goal will be at Exeter, says Bits. The Chorley groundsman slept in a tent on the pitch to make sure the pitch would be in good condition. It looked a bit heavy to me, QPR, didn't it? I switched on BT and I did think that's a proper FA Cup pitch, isn't it? Goodness me. Right. Any other questions or comments before we get to our kickoffs? Oh, Alex, you legend. Good. We couldn't get the Sheffield Wednesday team. What is that with my hair? Look at this one. What is that doing? It's just like kinking out. Pathetic. Sorry, it's really annoying me now. It's me commenting on my hair, not the chat day. If I just do that the whole time, you can't see it. Wildsmith, Odebajo, Shaw, Brennan. Who's Brennan? Galvin, Harris, Hunt, Pelopessi, Bannon, Reach, Patterson. Only 4 on the bench, though. All youth players, and no Neil Thompson, the manager, there. What else have we got here? I don't think it'll happen if Sheffield United do get beat. I fear for Wilder's future. There's a few that need a win, don't they? A few clubs, a few managers. Millwall will probably be one of them. They've got the win today. Sort of Fulham would want to go and win. West Brom, Sheffield United. Forest have won, haven't they? Unless it's like a derby situation where they literally couldn't send any players. So, all good. Don't know if you know, Ben, but Chorley playing a Adele song. I did not know. I'm not familiar with the Chorley musical picks there. What do we got here? Mitrovic to score the first goal with an absolute banger and celebrate by blowing it. He's been in trouble, Mitro, this week, hasn't he? There we go. You've got Trump hair. Wow, David. That may be fake news, David. It's a good thing I like you. But that could have been the first visit today. Chris is watching Blackpool West Brom. Good. Keep us posted. Galvin, a promising young left back. Good. Hopefully, we'll get some player launch their career today in the cup. That would be fantastic. And if you really want punishment, everybody, Ipswich Town are on Sky tonight at 5:30, says the ticker on the bottom of my screen. There, Neil says, watch Chorley Derby, being around its men against boys. Good side is there. A lot of, yeah, I mean, Neil, Derby's youth promotion's been so good recently, hasn't it? With obviously Bogle and Lowe going off to Sheffield United, and then Bird and Sibley and Buchanan and Whittaker, and then there's more coming through. So tremendous. Matty says, if the Gas beat Sheffield United, then City have to beat Portsmouth. Yes, we'll be having a look in both Bristol teams we've got in today. What do we got here? Excellent. We can put Billy in the fake news sin bin today. Everybody ready? I did sing a little trailer the other day. So we're not going to be hearing from Billy for the next 5 minutes because he has gone in to the fake news sin bin. If anyone wants to join Billy, all you have to do is just lie in the chat and talk nonsense. There we go. What else have we got in here? You should beat Swindon. If you don't, then Ipswich have serious problems. Liam, if you're only analysing now, Ipswich have got problems, then where have you been for the last 5 years? Yeah. What else have we got down here? Shirley Bassey Propeller Heads would be an amazing goal song. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about goal songs. If you like the song, it's great, really adds to the moment. But if it's a rubbish song, then yeah, God, we've had some really weird ones at Ipswich over time. Swindon were garbage against MK Dons. That makes absolutely no difference to what Ipswich will do anyway. We'll see. Hopefully, 5 months of competence and they can finish in the playoffs somehow. But there we go. Alan Pardew in the stands at QPR. They're scared that he wants the job. Deary me, deary me. Right, are we at 3 o'clock? 2:58. We are about to go on the, where's my button? FA Cup Super Stream. Looking at these third round games. Let's pop the ticker up at the bottom. Before I do, I'll just give a quick plug. You can go over and support over on Patreon. Absolutely brilliant support over there. Would love this next year to get up to 100 Patreons. We're getting there. We're doing extra content, bonus content, exclusive content for Patreons. But really, that is the difference at the moment between me being able to do this and me not being able to do this. So thank you to all the Patreons. And I know I can see a few of you in the chat today because I recognise all your names and I know a lot of you. So thank you to all of those people. Obviously, YouTube as well. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, keep me updated on whatever it is you're watching and give your opinions in there. Another one bites the dust. Well, that's at least a good tune, isn't it, for goal music? Remember the game show 321? I always thought you want a dusty bin and not just an empty bin. It's not a fake news sin bin, though, is it? Yeah. You're going to keep an eye on Wednesday for me. Thank you, Pops are Vinyls. Oh, Chris, don't scare me about Swindon. I don't need any mitigating factors to not trust my team to stink out another football match. Deary me. No, I won't be doing ITFC. Just as a rule, guys, it's very difficult because whether you know or not, I founded the Blue Monday podcast, which has been an Ipswich podcast for 5 years. So it's almost like I'm competing against something that I set up myself. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to cover Ipswich live. That's a Blue Monday thing, and I'll keep to my bits and bobs. Here, John Carver. Carver and Pardew to take over QPR, do we think? Anti-goal music. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? The BT graphics look really weird for these games. I'm on Sky on Soccer Saturday with Jeff, so do let me know what teams you are watching and what games you're watching. And I've got 3 o'clock here on my computer and on my TV screen. So we will expect goals to be flowing very, very soon. Let's just bring up all our games in the FA Cup today. We're underway. Tweets the Sheffield Wednesday Twitter over there on my phone. You can see them ticking along on the bottom. Blackburn, Doncaster, Blackpool, West Brom, Bristol Rovers, Sheffield United, Burnley, MK Dons, Exeter, Wednesday, Oldham, Bournemouth, QPR, Fulham, Stevenage, Swans, Stoke, Leicester, Wickham, Preston is our 3 o'clock round. I think we will probably be back tomorrow at some point. We'll see. We'll see what goes down in these games and whether we can get in and do another stream tomorrow. No goals yet. We are 1 minute in to our 3 p.m. kickoffs on this FA Cup Super Stream. Although apparently Exeter have gone close against Sheffield Wednesday. Ben is going to be looking at Watford Man U tonight. And Zinkernagel, very excited about him making his debut. And here he loves to watch Stoke. Stoke versus Leicester. What else have we got here in the tract? Something good about the FA Cup third round. Always a good day. Yes, I mean, over the years, it's slipped a little bit in significance with the Champions League taking over everything and putting everything kind of down one in terms of people's priorities. But it's always a fun day where you get matchups that you can't get any other time in the season, isn't it? So there is that. Just with the shortened season, everyone seems to be playing weakened teams, don't they? It used to be, it started off, the top six would play weakened teams in the Premier League. Then it was all the Premier League played weakened teams. Then the top of the Championship, those going for promotion, started playing weakened teams. And now seems like most of the top two divisions, if they have the chance, will play weakened teams in these games. Chris Wood nearly scored. Oh, actually, we didn't have a look at that, did we? MK Dons versus Burnley. And we have our first goal of the day, and it has gone to Wycombe Wanderers. It is Wycombe 1, Preston 0. Wycombe went strong. Wycombe are probably one of those teams who could do with a little pick-me-up in the FA Cup today. And they have taken the lead on 3 minutes. Wycombe are our first goal today. Did anyone say Wycombe in the chat? I don't believe anybody did. Let's see if we can find out what went on there. Fred on Yedinma, some kind of reputation for old Fred as a bit of a speedboat without a driver, we've heard called before. But Onyedinma has opened the scoring, not just for Wycombe, but in our super stream today. Fred Onyedinma, 1-0 to Wycombe. And we have our first goal of the day. I don't think I'm going to get to see them. I wonder, I don't know whether Sky have the rights. I wonder whether BT have got that completely stitched up. Do BT do a like Soccer Saturday type show? I wonder whether I should switch over to that one if we're going to get to see the goals. We'll figure that out as we go. I'll leave it on here for now. BT got their own Soccer Saturday show. I think I'm gonna BT score. And are they showing the goals as well? I think we better switch over, hadn't we, guys? Here, this requires me to know how to work this TV that I literally just switch on and put on about 2 different channels. But there we go. You'll see my Ludditeness. Let's have a look here. BT Sports score. There we go. And the first thing I see is Chris Sutton. Oh, joy. There we go. Well, let's see if they show us the goals. Looks like, yeah, Joseph says they are. Oh, Stuart McCall's on there. I once saw Ipswich play Bradford, and Stuart McCall must have been about 36. And he was incredibly good. You know, when you get one of these old, wise players and they're just too good for the level they're playing at. That was Stuart McCall when he was playing for Bradford. Looks like it's all over the show today. Games on BBC and Sky. And some good news. Sheffield United have scored on 6 minutes here. 2 of the teams we said might need a little bit of a pick-me-up today with a nice little FA Cup win have taken the lead early on. That is bottom of the Championship, Wycombe, and bottom of the Premier League, Sheffield United. They have both taken the lead. If anyone knows who the goal scorer for the Blades was, do let me know. I'll give you a race, see if we can get there quick. Looks like it was Lise Mousset, although we're going to get to see the goal. There we go. So Osborne has it down the left wing, swings the cross in. Mousset, looping head, has got no right to score from there. And they have taken the lead through Lise Mousset, and Swansea have taken the lead on 7 minutes over at Stevenage, which I can report categorically is in Hertfordshire, Stevenage. Nothing to do with Bedfordshire. Let's have a look. See who scored for the Swans. 3 early goals here in the first 7 minutes of our Super Stream. It's going to be a good day when that happens, isn't it? Wayne Routledge is the scorer. And we're going to see the goal. Dander crosses in. Routledge, for goodness sake, didn't even need to jump. Stood on the 6-yard line and just heads that one in. Gyökeres played it through. Dander, it's poor from Stevenage. Just players diving in left and right. Oh, God. Hopeless defending from Stevenage there. The Stevenage defender was just like stood behind Routledge holding him, and he can just stand there and guide the ball into the net. So 3 quick goals so far. Let's update the ticker down the bottom there. Sheffield United have the lead, Wycombe have the lead, and Swansea have the lead, all in the first 7 minutes. Twitter tells me that Harvey Barnes forces Bursic into the first save of the game in Stoke versus Leicester. Let's go to your comments. What are you guys saying here? Exeter dominating possession. Wow. The Moose. Yes. Own goal, but it looped royally. Oh, was it? It was an own goal, was it? Not Moose. You can see some big score lines happening today. And we already have 3 goals thus far in this one. Onyedinma scoring for Wycombe. Mousse, I'm going to put stroke own goal for Sheffield United, and Wayne Routledge. Early Swans goal, but the defending wasn't good in. Wasn't good at all. I don't know where we find Stevenage in the League 2 table. Anyone tell me in the chat? Down fairly low, I would imagine, with the evidence of that defending. Bits wants his anti-Sheffield derby today. Did I see the Villa under-18s? George, I did not, but I heard lots of good things. Wednesday taking possession. Now, we have a penalty to Wycombe. They're already 1-0 up. Wycombe have a penalty on 9 minutes in this one. They could have this one dead and buried within the first 10 minutes. I'll keep an eye on my phone. I think we're going to see the Harvey Barnes chance in the Leicester game over on BT. And Wycombe have scored. Wycombe 2-0 up in 9 minutes. I'm guessing Joe Jacobson would have taken the penalty and scored that one. It's 2-0 to Wycombe, who look like they're going through to the 4th round already. Preston, well, Preston fans tell me off for calling them erratic, but we never know what the hell to expect from Preston. Can anyone confirm Joe Jacobson? He's always the penalty taker for Wycombe, isn't he? I didn't get to see the Bursic save. Look low down to his left. Yeah, Joe Jacobson, great left foot set play guy for Wycombe. The goal scorer, Stevenage in 22nd, says Ricky. So can anyone do the maths? How many places below Sheffield United? So there's the entire championship, so that's 24. Then there's 48, nearly 70 places probably. Ben HD, our friend over on his channel, they're not going to be happy. He will not. Go Chairboys. Indeed. No need for Akin Fenwood today. He can have a rest, can't he? Stephen Ash had as many managers as wins last season. Oh, QPR starting well, apparently. Bon heading over from the corner there should have scored. Day looked a promising keeper for Newport. This is the guy who got the own goal. We're going to have a look at the Wycombe penalty. It's Ikpeazu. Looks like Josh Earl brought him down. And Ikpeazu, who is just a huge striker, isn't he? huge muscular figure. It pays. He wanted to take the penalty as well, but Joe Jacobson is obviously the designated guy there. Not much in it, but hey, it's 2020. Earl has got his shirt initially. It's more of a foul outside the box, to be fair, but silly, let's just say. And Jacobson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step run up in from the right-hand side, left-footed, sends the keeper the wrong way, lifts it, sticks it down the middle. 2-0 Wycombe. Great start for the chair boys. Metal advertising boards. Never mind the ball crashing into them, Alex. It's the players you don't want crashing. George, I will have a look at Ipswich tonight if Shaylee will let me have it on in the background. Maybe while we're cooking or something. That'd be good. But we won't do it on the channel. We'll leave that to Blue Monday. My ex used to think Wycombe were called the Choir Boys. I think Choir Boys would have more of a ring to it than Chair Boys, but it's just the connotations that football fans would give to that. Stoke Leicester, good game so far. Dave, keep an eye on that for us. We've got a couple of people watching that. Chris isn't cross at Jay Mullenby at all. Look at my hair. It's ridiculous, that one strand. If anyone can tell me what the hell I can do. Chris, you've got longer hair than me, haven't you? What I can do. Let me have a look at Chris's hair. It's in the chat. His is straight, though, so it's not going to kink out like that. Anyone knows why Wycombe are called the Chair Boys? I've got no clue whatsoever. Did I update the ticker down the bottom there? I did. When was that Wycombe goal? 9th minute, wasn't it? Jacobson with the goal. So we have 4 goals so far in our games. Onya Dimma putting Wycombe 1 up on 3 minutes. Lise Mousse, but we're calling that an own goal by the keeper, putting Sheffield United 1 up on 6. Routledge, who's about 5'5", standing and header in from 6 yards. And Jacobson are our goal scorers so far. That means Wycombe are 2 up. Sheffield United are 1 up. And Swansea are 1-0 up. As ever, little super chat plug. We'll stick that in until the next goal. Comment of the day there, Ben. Thank you. Can Sheffield United win at football? At the moment, yes. But they haven't for a while. Rubbing balloons helps. Yeah, right. I'm imagining that picture of the guy in, what's the actor in Back to the Future? Come on, chat. What's his name? The grey-haired guy, and his hair all sticks up. Dearie me. Hair straightener's the best thing since powdered milk. Nice. Bits. Now, you know we're good friends, but you're going in the fake news sin bin if you think I'm going to snip my hair off there. Yeah, we do have some straighteners for you there. You know George Harrison, circa like early 1970s or late 60s, when he gets in with Ravi Shankar. That's how I look with straightened hair, like some kind of weird kind of what would you call some disciple of Ravi Shankar? Christopher Lloyd. Thank you, Ricky. Don't lose that number. We are how many minutes in now? 16 in, 4 goals. I'll take my plugs away and I will bring up our ticker. There we go. So it is Sheffield United 1. Bristol Rovers 0, Sheffield United 1, Stevenage 0, Swansea 1, and Wycombe 2. Preston 0. Remember, earlier today, if we scroll up and I bring the split screen in, you'll be able to see. Last night, Villa 1, Liverpool 4, Wolves 1, Palace 0. Earlier today, confidence win for Millwall and Ken Zahor getting a goal there, returning to the score sheet. Rotherham going close at Everton in extra time. Luton versus Reading, mainly under 23s, wasn't it? Luton get the win. Norwich, strong reserve team. They're beating Coventry, pretty much first team, 2-0. Forest and Cardiff, again, strong-ish teams there, but not first teams. And Chorley against Derby under 18s or whatever you want to call them was 2-0 to Chorley, as we all expected to be so. What have we got here? Yeah, Doc Brown. Indeed. I've lost my hair. Well, jealous, Ben. At least you can admit it, Charlie. At least you could admit it. A lot of people just get cross with you when they've lost their hair. Like it's my fault. No Pepsi Max today. I already had one this morning, so yeah, I'll just stick on the water. Today, no goals now in 9 minutes on this Saturday super stream. Is romance dead of the FA Cup? It's not dead, but it's far less, let's just say, than when I was a kid growing up. I'm old enough to remember Tim Buzaglu. Anyone in the chat remember that one? I remember that one happening. Goodness me. What else have we got here in the chat? Do I think Brentford or Borough will win later? I think Borough are going to go very weak, Lewis, aren't they? So I think that's going to play into Brentford's hands. BT are just re-showing, Christ, Adama Traore, one of the most powerful footballers you'll ever see, slamming the ball in left-footed from the outside of the box in their win last night. We had the conversation on one of the streams recently about quickest players you've seen. That season, Traore for Middlesbrough and Dan James for Swansea was incredible in terms of speed. Nick says, up the Hatters. Nick, did you watch it? If you did, can you give us a bit of a summary, please? Or indeed anybody else who watched that game earlier? I think Bits did. Blackburn West Brom says, Chris, not much in it. A couple of pot shots by Tangerines. Ajayi booked. Chris, is Ajayi playing as a holding midfielder like SofaScore said, or is that just SofaScore using the randomizer function on their setups? There. Afternoon, Liam. Good to see you. And Ketia to West Ham. Interesting. What else have we got? George says, anyone think Oldham will win 3-0? Accidentally bet on. No, George, but I bet you're going to clean up if that does go through. Ronnie Radford for Hereford. When was that? 1972? Someone would correct me in the chat, weren't they? Blackpool doing well against West Brom, says Alistair. Charlie says, fully deserved to Luton. Reading had chances. Speaking of chances, we could do with some chances and some goals now. Most recent goal in the 9th minute. Joe Jacobson putting Wickham 2-0 up. So no goals in the Superstream now for 11 whole minutes. Goodness me. Brandon asked about Sebastian Haller leaving West Ham. Well, Brandon, if you watched one of our watch-alongs, he had a bit of an ineffectual game when we did Leeds v West Ham, and it didn't look like it was working out. So I'm not surprised on that one, Brandon. Journeyman Guide, want to see some underdogs win? It's not happening yet, Journeyman Guide. There'll be one. There's always one, isn't there? Good evening to Hamza, who's got a new little avatar there. Very nice in his West Brom shirt. Semi was amazing for us in DM. Do you remember that run, Iain, where Semi Ajayi, he must have scored about 6 goals in a month or something, didn't he? Just started scoring every single game, didn't he? Ajayi is rather lumbering about as a defensive central midfielder. Oh, my goodness me. We have a goal. And it is Bristol Rovers 1, Sheffield United 1. We were looking for a confidence building. Thanks, Annie. We were looking for a confidence building win for Sheffield United. And they have been pegged back here by Bristol Rovers. It's Bristol Rovers 1. Sheffield United 1. Let's just bring that up on the split screen. Alfie Kilgore is the scorer in that one. We should be able to have a detailed look. We'll see if BT can show us the goal. Bristol Rovers 1, Sheffield United 1. Set play in from the right-hand side. Wow. Literally just big guy comes forward, heads in, set play. Who's he with at the back post? Basham. It's a great header, but oh so simple. And Chris Wilder will have had so many moments like that this season where he's just like, oh my God, what am I doing? I suppose little bit handsy on Basham's back, but hey, it's the penalty box, isn't it? And it is 1-1. Bristol Rovers have equalised. We're seeing some action from QPR where we're going to see a very long-range shot lobbed in. Oof. Dieng way off his line. They've cut away from whoever it was that took that shot, so I cannot tell you who it was. Let's have a look here. Cleared out by Dieng, deflects off his own guy, Don Ball, I think. Whoever's playing left back for, is that Joe Bryan? For Fulham today, looks like it, yeah. He's not far off that one at all. You could see the shadow of the ball right close to the post as it just flew by Joe Bryan. It was Joe Bryan, wasn't it? Scorer of 2 goals in the playoff final, didn't he? Incredible. What else have we got here in the chat? Come on, Rovers, says Journeyman Guide. Ryan's bet's back in. Sheffield United still can't win at football at the moment. Sheffield United are not winning at football again. Links to West Ham and Lucas Shaw. West Ham are the club that's been to the Championship the most for new players over the last few seasons. Starting to think I was watching Bristol Rovers. Wise watching Bristol Rovers, Sheffield United. There you go. Keep us updated. Chappers. Charlie says, it's Bournemouth Oldham, not Oldham Bournemouth. Is it? Let me have a look. What do we got here? I'll change it if it is. Oldham Bournemouth, it says on there. So I'm going to leave it and we'll go with Sofa Score there. What else have we got here? Why can't Wycombe do this in the Championship? Oh, done it 3 times, haven't they? But yeah. Chorley beating Derby 2-0 would qualify as an underdog. In terms of the actual clubs, yes, but come on, it's Derby under 19s or whatever. So yeah, not really that much of an upset. Lots of goals down there in League One. Thank you, Chris, for all of those. Roll on Leeds, says Zach, tomorrow. Cheeky bet on all of the underdogs tomorrow. So you'd be betting on Crawley then. Good afternoon, lads and lasses. Come on, you Gunners. I think they're playing at 5:30, aren't they? Arsenal. Wycombe have gone 3-0 up. Wycombe 3 up. It is 25 minutes in, and it is 3-0 to Wycombe. So we have another goal, and we will go and see who has got that one. But Wycombe are coasting on in, and they have gone 3 up. Josh Knight is the goal scorer. I didn't write down what minute Kilgore scored in. 21. There we go. We'll have this all present and correct. We now have 6 goals in our Saturday Super Stream. We're going to, they're on an ad break, so we'll do some comments there. It got moved to Bournemouth because Oldham had a frozen pitch. Yeah, but the draw will still go down as, I hate to be a pedant here, the draw will still go down as Oldham Bournemouth. There you go. Goalie JD agrees with me. So the Switcher Stadium, the fixture is still the way around that it should be. But that's not important, is it? Yes, 3-0 Wycombe, Charlie. Where's Mick? Where's Big Mick going to land? Thoughts on his sacking? Apparently, they're very, very eccentric, the owner at Nicosia. So not at all surprised. And hopefully we'll see him back in the Championship. Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Wednesday have taken the lead on 27 minutes. I've got a super chat, which I will go to. Looks like Adam Reach is the goal scorer. Thank you, Alex. Will go to that. Luke says, love the streams, Ben. Who do you think will be looking at Max Watters this summer? Championship teams or higher? Not entirely sure on the player, Luke. We'll have a look. Give me a bit more. Give me a bit more information on the player, but not massively familiar. But obviously, thank you kindly for that super chat. I will try and answer as and when I know more. And the fake news sin bin is open for Liam Bantic. Liam Banter Bantic. We're not going to be hearing from for the next 5 minutes because you know what happens if you call me Jesus. Callum Pritchett as well. In he goes. The fake news sin bin is well and truly open. In they both go. President Trump is going to, or ex-President Trump is going to welcome them in to the fake news sin bin. Our third residence in the sin bin today for their sheer buffoonery there. What else have we got here? Have I updated the ticker? I don't think I did. We had 2 goals back to back. I haven't seen them because BT were on an ad break. It was Wickham who went 3-0 up. They are coasting today over Preston. And Adam Reach scored for Sheffield Wednesday. I just caught the tail end of the third Wickham goal. Knight, presumably, up for a set play. If they worked that deliberately, no, they didn't. It just gets flicked to the back post across the box and just no one covering in the middle. They did win the first header. I think it's Tafazzoli. And crossed in, and Knight manages to pop home from the middle of the goal, sort of 6-7 yards out. It's Burnley 0, MK Dons 1 on 29. That would be an upset. We're just looking at the Adam Reach goal. Oh, lovely technique on that one. He's got to watch that one down, spinning on the volley. I think the keeper is expecting it to go far post, but pretty standard Adam Reach goal there. Good technique, strong left foot. It's a great goal, actually. Heads it on to his own volley, I think. Let's have a look. Actually, I should have given him a lot more credit for that. It's a really good goal by Reach. Here comes the MK Dons goal, scored by Cameron Jerome. You can still find him. Flick on at the near post, and a classic Cameron Jerome goal. That one bullets the header in. Even closer to me there, the MK Dons Stadium. Nice goal. And Premier League Burnley behind to League One MK Dons. Nice goal. Cameron Jerome, he's been doing that for years. MK Dons take the lead. They are 1-0 up at Burnley. And just think, I just said the MK Dons Stadium. That is true, but obviously the game is not being played there. So I knew what I meant before I get corrected in the chat. What else have we got here? Come on, MK Dons. What else have we got? Did you read the article about Bristol City players that are currently injured? No, I did actually. Yeah, can you DM me anything you've got on that? It looks like Dave McGoldrick has the ball in the net at Bristol Rovers Sheffield United, but that must have been disallowed. What about calling you the Moses of Championship football? Does that deserve a timeout? You're allowed to, John, because I like you, but no. Ben will suffice. Jerome once scored a worldie against Liverpool for Birmingham. I think I remember that one. So he's been a really good player, Cameron Jerome, hasn't he? Luke, thank you. What a place for Crawley. 13 goals in 15 games in League Two with Paul Mullins from Cambridge and most offensive stats. 21-year-old Londoner. well, you'd suspect he'd be linked with Championship then. But if he's only 21, that is extremely good numbers, isn't it? Jerome having an outstanding season. He's still got it. We're seeing a Fulham attack here, and they're clear. It's Mitro, and he's blocked out. Good bit of defending. Was that Barbet? Yeah. Johan Barbet just blocking him out there. Mitro clean through there. Good defending by Barbet from last season's Championship goal scorer. Apparently I have to do this in Trump voice. Okay. Is there another goal at Burnley here? To the back post. Oh, how is he not? Oh, my God. I don't know who that was who's just missed from on the goal line. There's James Tarkowski. Incredible miss. It's gone into the box, headed back across, and Tarkowski is literally on the goal line, slides the volley in and just kind of loops it a little bit up in the air. Just incredible miss from Tarkowski for Burton. Anyway, a lot of people are saying the fake news sin bin is a tremendous place, really. Maybe a place. It's the best place. There is no better place. I can't do his voice, can I? You need to just do a South Park voice for Trump, don't you? But let's not mention him. Let's keep him out of the chat here today. I don't like how negatively Jerome is remembered by a lot of Norwich fans. Absolutely mind-boggling. Always thought he was great. Yeah. I said this a lot, chappers. There's a bit of confusion amongst Norwich fans about their kind of actual standing in the hierarchy. And I think Jerome was there at a time where they thought they were higher up in the hierarchy and he wasn't good enough for them. Whereas clearly a excellent sort of Championship level striker. And James Justin has scored. It is Stoke 0, Leicester 1 on 34 minutes. We're just seeing the goal now. He's going to cut. It's going to be a good goal, I think. Comes in off the left-hand side, beats 2. Wow. Goal of the day so far by James Justin. He's way out on the left wing, cuts inside 2 and brilliantly curls it into the top corner. Brilliant from Justin there. Lovely technique on the curler. Bursic not going to get anywhere near that. Doesn't even bother diving, in fact. Superb goal by James Justin. Goal of the day, I think, so far. Although Reach's goal for Sheffield Wednesday was very good indeed. What else? I need to update the ticker, don't I? Lovely goal by James Justin. If anyone can see any mistakes in the ticker, do let me know. It's hard to keep on top of it. Lots and lots of moving parts, as you can imagine, in the Super Stream. Allardyce's first job in the UK was at Blackpool. You see, I told you, didn't I? We were talking about that yesterday, and I said I thought he managed Blackpool, and he did. There we go. Comment of the day there. Funny guy, me. Tremendous. What else have we got? West Brom on top at Blackpool. Chris watching that one for us, or getting on top at least. Benbow says, I'm a Crawley fan, so I love the man at the moment. We're talking Max Watters. New one on me, I have to say. I cover a lot of football, but not Crawley, sadly. Only so many hours in the day. Max Watters has been... Sorry, that was very Suffolk, wasn't it? Max Watters has been linked to West Brom and QPR. Both offered $1 million for him. Interesting. Well, he's definitely on my radar now after this stream. And that, as I always say, is the great thing about this stream. Always learn as we go. Wycombe are called the Chair Boys. Tradition of chair making in the town of High Wycombe. Nice. And Sheffield United have taken the lead again. No, they haven't. It's been disallowed. I think we're going to... Are we going to see it? It flashed up as a goal and then got quickly chalked off. So I think they've had the ball in the net twice now. I I assume BT will show us the incident, but Dave McGoldrick had the ball in the net for them, and it looks like they've had a second goal disallowed now in that game. Curve Class, how old are you? Can you see the grey hairs? That old. Goal disallowed. Marcus asks, can Karanka cause an upset against City? I don't think so, Marcus. Not if Pep puts out even a 1.5 strength team. So, no, I think that was one we strongly predicted was going to go Man City's way. We're going to see this disallowed goal. McGoldrick to Osborne, crossed in from the left. Headed, parried. I think, is that Bulldog up? And, oh no, it was Egan who was up, who must have been climbing. I think Mousse puts it in the end, but Egan was climbing on his man. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's got both hands on his shoulders, and the defender does well to just go down and convince the referee of the foul. So no goal there for Sheffield United, who would have gone 2-1 up. Was it Keith Stroud, Alistair? Lovely stuff. Although, well, you tell me in the chat, has referee Langford overtaken referee Stroud now? Stroud seems very uncontroversial compared to Langford, doesn't he? So Dave says Stoke are hanging on against Leicester. You just keep me hanging on. Rovers upset incoming. We'll see. There will be more goals from Man City than the rest of the cup fixtures combined. Not confident there is David. As we see, Alan Partridge in a sensational scarf at QPR. Interesting. Very interesting. Look at his face. Just look at his face. George says, genuinely can't see us scoring. Not one natural striker on the pitch. Which game? George, you talking Sheffield United there? Langford greater than Stroud. Peanut says, Dillam, let's see if I can pronounce this, Bahambula running circles at Bournemouth. My word. Tell me more about him. Tell me more. Surely Stroud is the worst. I've had some bad experiences watching Stroud as well, yeah. I don't know. Langford is up there, isn't he? He's sure as hell up there. Right. There are our scores ticking along down the bottom there. We've seen a chance, actually, for Oldham. Is this the lad I was just told about? Oh, hit the inside of the post there. Unlucky. What was the name? Bahambula. Was that him? That was Barnett it looked for Oldham hitting the post. How far do I think Sheffield United, says Andrew, can go in the FA Cup? I'm not sure they'll care about going very far in it. I think they'll want to win today just to get a win of some description on the board because there hasn't been one for so long. So, but no, fourth or fifth round, and then they'll probably be completely focused on the league. Alistair says, we've had 2 shots on the line. Big chance, Wickham, a handball shout. And we are 5 down. I really am bemused. We're seeing a chance in the Blackburn-Doncaster game now for Blackburn. Crossed, goes all the way, crossed in from the right. Low cross. Lenihan was arriving. He must have been up from a set play, the centre half. And it just flew across the 6-yard box, and he couldn't convert that one. I think that's Brereton on the back post as well, who also couldn't convert. Blackburn going very close in that one. Chris Sutton talking about Blackburn. He obviously won the title with Blackburn, didn't he? We do. Oh, and then straight after that, we have a goal for Doncaster. Wow, Blackburn going close, and Doncaster then immediately take the lead on 42 minutes. Doncaster 1-0 up at Blackburn. Played into the centre circle. it's a drive into the 10 position from Taylor Richards. And it's really bad defending, actually. They let him run and run and run. He's barely even sprinting. But they just back off and back off and back off. And he hits it low with the left foot and finds the bottom corner. And Big Sam is losing at Blackpool. 1-0 to Blackpool. For those of you who wanted your upsets, and I categorise an upset as maybe a team from a lower division beating a team from higher up, obviously with the caveat that they're not playing an entire under-18 team. But Jerry Yates has scored for Blackpool. And they have gone 1-0 up over Premier League and dearly departed West Brom. It's out on the left. That's Gary Medine, isn't it? He helps it on. Low cross and fired in by Yates on the back corner of the 6-yard box. And Blackpool lead against Premier League West Brom. Big Sam will not be happy. Yates slotting that one home. Let's update the ticker there. We've had goals for Blackpool and Doncaster in very, very short order in those two games in the Northwest. Which means it's Blackburn 0, Doncaster 1, Blackpool 0, West Brom 1, and Bournemouth have just taken the lead. I'll stop what I was doing right there. Loads of goals just before half-time here. And we've got a penalty to Preston as well. Oh, my God, I can't keep up. So Bournemouth have scored and Preston have got a penalty as well. Preston have 3-0 down, to be fair. Here comes the Bournemouth goal. Preston have scored the penalty, by the way. That will be Dan Johnson or Paul Gallagher if either of them are playing. David Brooks, bit of a deflected goal there. Hits it with his left foot, edge of the box, and it deflects in and actually down the middle of the goal. Keeper completely wrong-footed by the deflection there off Clark, the Oldham defender. Brooks doesn't celebrate the goal. He knows the deflection took it in. Emil Rees took the penalty for Preston and scored it. So couple of goals in the 43rd minute there. Brooks and Rees. Brooks for Bournemouth, Rees for Preston. Let's have a look here. Have I put one of the goals the wrong way around? I'm trying to keep up. Thanks for the correction. Blackpool with the lead in that one. We're going to see the Preston penalty incident. Rees runs through, lifts it over Allsop, and Allsop catches him to concede the penalty. And Rees himself, in true Ruud van Nistelrooy fashion, is going to win the penalty and also score the penalty. Do we get to see the penalty? Be a fine thing, wouldn't it? But we know that he's scored it. Just BT aren't going to show me. Goodness me. Change your ticker. You're making West Brom look better than they are. All done. Don't you worry. All done. Fake news. Utter fake. I'm not going in there. It smells in the fake news sin bin, David, so I'm not going in there. Allardyce chewing heavy on his gum. Alistair says that Preston should be 5-1 down, not 3-1. Hey, you'll take it. You'll take it. They've gone back to Bournemouth on BT. Ooh, a penalty shout in that one and a penalty given for Oldham. That's not Begovic, is it? Who's the... Because didn't Travers go out on loan? I don't know. Don't even know who the Bournemouth keeper is today in that case. Dennis. So we've got a penalty at Oldham. I think they're live. Richard Kehoe has been sent off. You can still find him. A red card for Kehoe. And Oldham have equalised. Oldham have scored from the penalty spot on 45 minutes. Slammed in Was it the guy you were telling me about? Yes, Baham Bula is the goal scorer in stoppage time. Baham Bula equalises for Oldham. So a huge splurge of goals there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals between the 41st minute and the 45th minute. And if we update the ticker, because Oldham have equalised against Bournemouth, and we're just coming up half-time, and we can reflect on everything possibly. Poor old Keogh. Chris Wood missed a free header against MK, says Liam. Now down to 10 men, MK. We're going to have a look at it. Oh, dear. Yeah, so it's gone over long. It's Chris Wood and Richard Keogh. And it's a red card for a deliberate handball. Keogh does his incandescent face. He's been red carded. Not happy with that one. A red card for Keogh. That obviously deemed as, well, it's not deliberate handball. It's denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. So, yeah, the handball has to be deliberate, but that's not why you get red carded. It's the denial of the obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Keogh contesting it, but he's not going to get any change here. And Richard Keogh's been sent off in the game between Burnley and MK Dons. Half-time at the Memorial, says Annie, who's watching Bristol Rovers and Sheffield United there 1-1. Dave is watching. Yes, they've got the right wording there. Oh, they're checking it, actually. They've got VAR in the FA Cup. Nice. Denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. He's saying he's been pulled. Actually, he might get away with this, Keogh. I didn't realise they had VAR, but yeah, Wood pulls his arm. So there's an argument that he pulls his arm onto the ball. So I think Keogh might get away with this. They've obviously asked him to check because they think there's some kind of thing to look at. Let's see what the referee is going to give. And he's back on. The red card has been rescinded. Richard Keogh comes back on to the pitch. VAR in action there. And the referee rescinding the decision. He just saw the handball, but the VAR picked up the pull on the arm by Chris Wood that pulled his arm onto the ball. Lovely stuff. How much sin bin action today? David has been a fair bit. Lots of Jesus-related sin bin action, I think. 4 people went in. How long till Big Sam gets sacked? No, I don't think so. He'll walk out, if anything. Right, after about 10 minutes, they're going to show us Emil Reese's penalty. Right-footed, sends Allsop the wrong way. Allsop dives to his left. And Reese goes the other way. But we already knew about that goal. In fact, Alistair can tell us about it. We have to be feeling lucky that we're going into halftime with a foot in this game. 4 or 5 divisions between us and Wickham. Not good. Well done. VAR, says Fulham 58. Yeah, I think it was right, wasn't it? Jerry Yates, the one that got away. How old is he, Iain? Jerry Yates. He's obviously scoring for Blackpool today. Iain there saying the one that got away. What are we seeing in this QPR game in stoppage time here? Corner. Oh, and a header from, who was that, Mitrovic? Yeah. Mitrovic in the 6-yard box. Just opened up for him there. He's bustling, makes the run. Is it Barbet or Dickies? It was Barbet. Wins the header. And a player as good as Mitrovic in the air normally scores those, doesn't he? Just puts it about 2 feet wide of the post. Right. Are we there now? Have we got all the games up at half-time? I think we have. So let's go through the half-time scores. We should be able to bring them up on the split screen for you here if I go just like that. There we are. So it is Blackburn 0, Doncaster 1. Richards with the goal. Blackburn just stood off, and he carried it and shot it into the corner. So that's going down as an upset. Blackpool 1, West Brom 0 is a double division upset, that one. Yates with the goal. Bristol Rovers 1, Sheffield United 1. Mousse header in off day. Kilgore with the equaliser. Blades with the ball in the net twice. But both goals disallowed. Well, not goals, obviously. Burnley 0, MK Dons 1. Cameron Jerome heads the goal. Richard Keogh shown a red card, but then VAR finding him not guilty of the denial of the obvious goal-scoring opportunity for deliberate means. Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Lovely goal by Adam Reach in that one. Heads the ball on and then volleys on the spin. Great technique by Reach. Oldham 1, Bournemouth 1. Who scored the opener? Brooks with the opener, deflected. And then Bahabula with the equaliser for Bournemouth from the penalty spot for Oldham, excuse me. QPR 0, Fulham 0 is our only goalless game, actually, isn't it? Stevenage 0, Swansea 1. Early-ish goal in that one. Routledge after 7 minutes, heading in from 6 yards. Poor defending from Stevenage. Brilliant goal by James Justin for Leicester there. It's Stoke 0, Leicester 1. Justin Cullen, that one with the right foot. Loads of goals at Wickham. 4 of them. Wickham 3, Preston 1. Onyedinma, Jacobson penalty, Knight for 3-0. And then Emil Rees winning and scoring a penalty. And there we are, completely updated. Let me know how the game you're watching is going. Let me know how you think it's going to finish, given we are at half time. And anything else you want to talk about, we can do a little bit of Q&A at half time. William says, very boring game. He's watching Stevenage and Swansea. Should be 2-0. Garrick messed up. An easy pass for Gyökeres to tap in. But Swans on schedule for the victory. And maybe they can do that thing where 20 minutes or so out from the end, they can bring in. They've got a few big hitters on the bench, haven't they? Yates is 24. Never happened from at Rotherham. Glad he's doing the business at Blackpool after his exploits at Swindon. Badger asks about the predictions. Let's have a look. I've got them. So we said Villa-Liverpool away. I'm going to tick that one. We said Boreham-Millwall away. Tick. Everton-Rotherham home. Tick. Wow. Luton-Reading home. Tick. Norwich Coventry, I said draw. Norwich on penalties. So I said Norwich, so I'm going to tick it. Screw it. Forest Cardiff, I said away. That was wrong. Chorley Derby home. Tick. And then so far, I've got Blackburn to beat Doncaster. Wrong. Blackpool to lose to West Brom. Wrong. Bristol Rovers, Sheffield United had a away win. Wrong. Exeter, Sheffield Wednesday away. Correct so far. QPR Fulham, I've got away, so that's wrong. Stevenage Swansea, I had as my ridiculous upset, so wrong. Stoke Leicester away, correct. Wickham Preston, I did have as a home win, so I've got that one right so far. And then I think we're then going into games that haven't yet started. Is that all? Yeah, that's all we did on the predictions. What else have we got here? Am I live for the Watford game? I don't think I'm going to be. I think we may be in some kind of Superstream territory there. Oh, no, they're not 90 minutes, Iain. No. My predictions are whatever suits the predictions I've made that gives me the most correct. So obviously the final result is what I was predicting there. We talked about Mick McCarthy, haven't we? Hopefully we'll see him back very, very soon. Burnley have missed a few chances, however. MK took their only chance. That's the name of the game, isn't it? Take your chances. Any more comments we can have a look at? The bet was a dream, wasn't it? Which one did we lose on? It could still turn. No, Forest and Cardiff. We did lose, didn't we? Never mind. What was it, David? Like 235,000 to 1 or something. We could have bought a Benjamin Bloom Football Channel house with that, couldn't we? That would have been nice. Ricky says, any chance for Birmingham tomorrow? They play Manchester City at Manchester City. It's not happening, is it, for Birmingham tomorrow? Manchester City just kind of clicked as well in the Premier League, haven't they? So, no, I don't really give Birmingham any chance. But, hey, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. Right, quick plug for merchandise. You can buy T-shirts and phone cases and hoodies and all kinds of garb, mugs over at the Teespring store, teesprings.com, or you can see the link just down there. 10% discount if you enter discount code LIVE at the checkout. And Patreon, you can subscribe via Patreon to support the channel, receive regular Patreon-only exclusive content, including post-stream summaries and quick predictions, uploads, Q&As, etc. Lots of good stuff on Patreon. The best way to help out the channel at the moment. What else have we got in the chat? Afternoon to DJ Samuel. Sandra says, thoughts on Derby versus Chorley? Not really a surprise, was it? It was literally a men's team against a boys' team in the end. Can Morecambe beat Chelsea? No. I think Lampard's under pressure, so he will go strong. VAR is rubbish. If it's the cup, all clubs should be included. One rule for one and one for another. I don't think that makes VAR rubbish, Neil. I think that means that it would be better if it was implemented for all games. Of course it would. But as I always say, if you can put a seatbelt in one car, but you can't put it in the other, you don't take it out of the one that you can put it in because the other one doesn't have it. You have to try and do your best where you can do it. And obviously, they're not going to have VAR at Chorley, are they? So, yeah, I got no issue with it, really. What else are we saying in the chat here? Do I like the Premier League or no? Yeah, I just cover the Championship on my channel here. Badger says, on Leeds game, Bielsa says there won't be any players that haven't already featured. Oh, interesting. So no under 23s. Go on, Badger. Have a guess. Have a guess at the Leeds team for me, if you don't mind, in the chat. That will help me out. Logan, what do you think the score will be, us v Watford tonight? I suspect, just by the sheer power of the Manchester United squad, that they will they'll probably win by 2. I would suspect, and nobody will be any bothered at all. What do you think of the Premier League telling League 1 and 2 clubs they can't spend transfer fees in January if they want a rescue package? I wasn't aware of this, Ricky, so I'd have to check the fine print of that one. Does seem a bit bully boy, doesn't it? If you're going to give somebody rescue money, you can't then tell them that they can't spend the rescue money. That feels like giving with one hand and taking away with the other. Ergo, not really giving. But I'd have to read up on it. Of the 4 players on our bench, I can't be found in the under 23, under 18 squad. I feel we've made someone up. Could be a trialist, couldn't it? You're allowed to play a trialist? Probably are, aren't you? Who do you think will win the competition? Christ knows. It just depends, Sandra, whether the other rounds are like this one and affected really, really badly by COVID. How come Derby game wasn't called off? I think they talked to the FA and said, don't worry about it. We can isolate and still send a team, and we don't want the fixture backlog. So I think they basically said, we don't care. We'll play it anyway. So no need. They should do a video on the best 11 players over 30 in the Championship. But you can only use one player from each club. That sounds niche, William. We'll have a think about that. We do still have about another week or so before everything gets back started. Standout score at the moment, I guess, is Burnley 0, MK Dons 1, or Blackpool 1, West Brom 0. Premier League teams both losing to League One teams there. Do you think that VAR is funded by the Premier League, so therefore only Premier League teams are using it? Yeah, probably. That's probably it, isn't it? I haven't looked into who's using it and who isn't. So there's some names that will probably feature for Leeds tomorrow. Then, but David says, did he put out a full team in the Carabao Cup? I have no earthly clue. Dallas says, happy birthday, Jimmy Page. Greatest guitarist ever. Lovely. Great clip, Dallas, that you've probably seen is Jimmy Page showing Jack White and The Edge from U2 the riff from Whole Lot of Love. And both of those two rock stars watching it are just like absolutely in awe, agog at this hero playing this riff right in front of their face. Tremendous clip that. Go and check it out. Charlie is off for treatment. Good luck, my friend. More chemo, no doubt, for Charlie. Everybody on the channel wishes you well, mate, with your fight here. Keep us posted and we'll see you again soon. We'll just throw up Charlie's appeal there. He's raising money for the doctors that are treating him. Just go to www.depop.com/ReadingFan21. Charlie, obviously, some really poor health for him. If everybody wants to get messages to Charlie, you can do it through me on the chat here, or I'm sure just spool back and you can find his details on there. And we should say thank you to David, who I think he might still be in the chat, who is our sponsor of all our Super Stream shows there. Fan of the channel, happy to support great content. David, a Watford fan with his lovely daughter there at Vicarage Road. Right, we should be kicking off second halves now. Can you let me know if you're watching a game that your game has indeed kicked off? And we will await the first goal. Good stuff there. Best of health to Charlie, of course. Charlie says, thanks everyone struggling, but your support helps. You're very welcome, Charlie. Chris says Jimmy Page wouldn't make his top 30 guitarists. Well, Chris, you've got to put your top 30 guitarists up now. You can't say that and now not put your top 30 up. Give that a good think. They've kicked off at Stoke. Some more good wishes for Charlie there from John. Thank you. That's Badger's best guess there at the Leeds team. Casilla, David Struick, Dallas Ayling, Costa, Hernandez, Shackleton, Pervader, Click, and Roberts. That team would probably finish, well, if Bielsa was coaching, probably finish in the top 6 in the Championship, won't they? Oh dear, that one's not going to go down well, Ryan. I'll just leave that for the Leeds fans to respond to. I understand, Ben, but when it costs you a game like Frank Lampard's goal and crossing the line and not given. Oh, Neil, I totally agree. I want it in every game, but I don't buy the argument that it goes in either every game or no games. You put it in the games you can put it in. I think in the games it's agreed to go into, but yeah, I don't agree. I think we just need to get it as many places as possible. And it's almost a case of rolling it out as we go. But I suspect it will be in the Championship next, won't it? The old VAR. It's here to stay, and we all know it, don't we? Blackpool. Sandra's watching Blackpool. That's kicked back off again. So is Wednesday. David says, but then it handicaps the smaller teams playing at home. I just don't think that's enough of a reason not to use it where you can use it. It's the old Hackney Marshes argument, isn't it? That if you can't use it on Hackney Marshes on a Sunday, it shouldn't be in the game. But I just don't buy that argument, I'm afraid. I think you do your best and every situation's different, isn't it? And if some teams can't have it, then they can't have it. And that shouldn't prejudice the teams that can. Here's Big Sam over at Blackpool, where he did manage. And they are losing 1-0, West Brom, to Blackpool. Jerry Yates with the goal. Bristol Rovers are kicked off, says John Joe, watching that one. Thank you. We'll all go in our second halves now. Oh, there's your top 6. Lovely stuff. I haven't heard of some of them. Tony Iommi, obviously, I'm good with. Top 6 guitarists. Lovely stuff. We get a lovely bit of diversity of chat, don't we? How about the argument that the long delays take away the joy of celebrating a goal? Well, they do take away the joy of celebrating a goal. I guess the argument, Alan, is that what they give, on the other hand, with making sure that all goals are actually goals is the main thing. So yes, I know it's a bit annoying, isn't it? But hey, score good goals and the joy will never be taken away, won't it? Dave says Stokes build-up play good, no end quality, and no goals for Stoke so far today. We're pretty much, I'd imagine, kicked off in all of our games again. Let me just go split screen and we'll just go over everything there. Blackburn 0, Doncaster 1, Blackpool 1, West Brom 0, Bristol Rovers 1, Sheffield United 1, Burnley 0, MK Dons 1, Exeter 0, Wednesday 1, Oldham 1, Bournemouth 1, QPR 0, Fulham 0, Stevenage 0, Swansea 1, Stoke 0, Leicester 1, Wickham 3, Preston 1. So the question is, what happens if one game goes to extra time? We won't answer that because 2 goals have just gone straight in. Bournemouth have gone 2-1 up against Oldham, and Swansea have gone 2-0 up against Stevenage, both on the thank you to Ollie and Charlie, both in the 49th and 50th minutes. There we will find out. Goal scorers there. Gyökeres, is that his first goal for the Swans? I think it might be. He's on loan from Brighton. We're going to see another Bournemouth goal, though, into the box. It looks like Rodrigo Riquelme has scored, the second goal for Bournemouth. It's Brooks on the overlap there. That looks like Jack Stacey, and Riquelme pokes home with Josh King just behind him. 2-1 to Bournemouth. Riquelme, the goal scorer. Always nice to have that name mentioned in any football chat. And there is Gyökeres' goal. Nice cross from the right-hand side. Steve Cooper applauding there. I think that was him in the hat. Anyway, crossed in from the right and headed home. It's Garrick beats Coker, the left back, crosses in, and Stevenage 0, Swansea 2. So a couple of quick goals there. And Big Sam and West Brom have equalised on 52 minutes. A whole splurge of goals going in here early in the second half. We're going to see the goal. Pereira, short corner. He gets it back. It's a really well-worked corner. And was that Ajayi headering in? Yes, it was actually a really good set play by West Brom. Pereira takes it. The taker then receives it back. And then the decoy is the guy who receives the ball from Pereira the first time. And he ends up crossing the ball in. And Ajayi heads it home. Fair dues, Big Sam, if that was a Big Sam special. Great set play there by West Brom. And they have equalised. I'm just updating the scores there. Bournemouth 2-1 up against Oldham. And it is Swansea 0. Stevenage 0. Swansea 2. So 3 quick goals at the start of the half there. Riquelme Gyökeres and Ajayi. Wow. Let's go back to the comments. Set piece, Sam. Here we go. What else are we saying? Alan says, okay, Ben, what about if a close decision on a goal can't be decided within, say, 30 seconds? Should the goal stand? I know what you mean, Alan. I just think you've got to get the right decision. And if it takes, not all decisions are equal, are they? Some are harder to judge than others. And if it takes a minute, it takes a minute. I just think you've got to get the right decision, haven't you? That's the most important thing, is that every goal that's scored was actually a fair goal. And if we can get that, then great. Fair, according to VAR. But I get the frustration of the goal celebrations thing. And I think over time, people will get far, far more used to it. What is Sandra saying here? What do you think Chris Wilder can do to help Sheffield United go to run, survive in the Premier League? I genuinely don't know, Sandra, because it feels like he's already tried every little permutation. If they are going to survive, which looks very unlikely, often it's just a manager stumbling on something, isn't it? I don't know what that is. I don't even think Chris Wilder knows what that is. Maybe there's one or two deals they can do that might just tweak things. But yeah. What else have we got here? Did Norris play for Ipswich last season? Will Norris? Yes. Yeah, he did. Yeah. In a goalkeeping rotation system. Don't even ask, Liam. Don't even ask. So bad. So bad. Badger says, main problem is not with VAR itself, how the offside law is interpreted. Yes, I actually agree with that. I think there should be room for a dead heat type situation in the wording of the offside law. And I think it's possible to be offside and not gain an advantage from it. For example, Ivan Toney was literally on the floor the other night and his knee was offside, which was clearly not giving him advantage because he had to stand up and then header the ball in. Yeah, I think they could rejig the wording a little bit, couldn't they? And I think when it's a millimetre or what have you, you can reasonably argue that the player is not gaining an advantage. But there you go. This is the thing. We all complain about the subjective rules or laws. Whenever we get a red card, we're looking at, is it excessive force? Is it reckless, or is it endangering the opponent? And it's subjective and we're all disagreeing. But I genuinely think the way forward is to make offside subjective, where you add the element of, I don't know how they'd word it. Can it reasonably argue that the attacking player is not gaining an advantage? That would be the caveat, the clause in the offside where it says, is ahead of the second last defending player or whatever the wording is. And then it can say underneath, like it does with the handball, is not offside if it is deemed. And maybe they could even word it if it is deemed in a VAR review that the attacking player is not gaining a significant advantage. But then, of course, arguments ahoy, isn't it? Where one team gets away with one that's 1 millimetre offside and one doesn't. But there you go. It's, do you want it black and white or do you want it subjective? That's the thing, because black and white just feels so soulless at the moment, doesn't it? With the 1 millimetre offside rules. Right. Rotation system. Yes. Paul Lambert did swap his goalie all the time last season. What are we looking at in this West Brom goal here? Oh, is there an offside? Oh, God, they haven't got a very good angle of that. So there you go. Here's your... Who was it? Was it Dave? Or was it Alan? No, it's Alan. Making the point about one club having VAR and one not. Well, there's no check on that one because it's at Blackpool and not at Burnley. So it didn't have a very clear angle, but I think they were debating whether there was an offside as the ball got passed into the box just before the West Brom goal. I wonder what football would look like without the offside rule. It'd be very interesting to just have an experiment for a game if the players could take it seriously enough. Obviously, the thing is, though, a law change that big, they'd all need to develop new tactics, wouldn't they, to figure out? I'd be interested to find out. Davis and Track, Dak and Travis, Davis and Track, do me, will be pulled off at the 60-minute mark. Look like Blackburn might be beat today. I'm sure they won't be too bothered if they go out. The FA Cup's a nuisance unless you win it, isn't it? To a lot of teams, I think. Sadly. What's happening here at Bristol Rovers? John Lundstrom shot there, tipped over the bar. And it is Stoke 0, Leicester 2. A 59th minute goal for Leicester from Mark Albrighton has put the Foxes 2-0 up, and it looks like they will be going through. And Sheffield United have also taken the lead. Stuart McCall looks very happy with that one. 2 minute goals there. So Leicester 2-0 up now. And we're just seeing the Sheffield United goal, and it's Ollie Burke clean through and strokes it home with the right foot. And I'm pretty sure, is that his first goal, Ollie Burke, for Sheffield United? Someone will check me in the chat on that one. And we're about to see the Leicester goal. I think Tielemans, big ball over the top. Defender suckered in. Albrighton inside his man. Lovely goal. Very well executed by Leicester, and Mark Albrighton makes it 2-0 to the Foxes. So they look home and hosed, as do Swansea and Wickham. But things can change. Sheffield United are looking like they're going to win a football match for the first time in forever as well. Hamza says, first, I think, for Ollie Burke, only ever scored at West Brom. Do you remember when Ollie Burke came on the scene at Forest, Hamza? I genuinely thought he looked like the new Gareth Bale, this kind of huge guy who could dribble and header and all of that business and was quick. So tremendous stuff. Has any defender ever scored 3 consecutive goals for a club before? I bet Steve Bruce and Ronald Koeman did it several times, didn't they? But that's always my go-to arguments for defenders scoring. So a couple of goals going in there. What else is happening in the chat? The daylight law for offside. What are we going to do for night games then? I jest. No, I genuinely think you keep the law as it is, because that bit can be black and white with the caveat against it, or whatever you call it. And Bristol Rovers have just equalised against Sheffield United. I know we're joking in the chat here about Sheffield United not being able to win a game. Well, Bristol Rovers have scored again, for goodness sakes, in this one. So Bristol Rovers 2, Sheffield United 2, excuse me, I'm elbowing the table there, on 62 minutes. And we're going to find out who the goal scorer is imminently. But, yeah, Sheffield United, they really need a win, don't they? And it's 2-2 now. They've led twice. They've had 2 disallowed. Max Aimer, and it's going to be from a set play. In it goes from the right. Who'd be Chris Wilder? God. So they've conceded 2 set plays, and they've just taken the lead again. So they've had 3 goals in 4 minutes at Bristol Rovers. Sheffield United have gone 3-2 up. Incredible stuff. 3 goals in 4 minutes. Anybody ever seen that live at a ground? Bristol Rovers have equalised and gone behind immediately again. So we'll stay with that one. It's Dave McGoldrick, dummy by Burke, and put into the net by Jayden Bogle. So 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, all in the space of 4 minutes. And Bogle, as we expected, we're big fans of his at Derby and in the Championship, doing really nicely for Sheffield United. That's already his second goal, one kind of vague bright spark for them in a season where they've barely won a single game. Right, let's get back to the comments after all of those goals. There in the Bristol Rovers Sheffield United game. Gallagher blazes over from 15 yards. And Chris is watching Blackpool, isn't he? So that would be Connor Gallagher. Hamza says, best cure for offsides is thicker measure lines. So if the two lines overlap, it's not offside. That allows for margins of error. Yeah, that's similar to my dead heat thing, Hamza, where I always argue if there's a dead heat at the horse racing, they pay out for both, don't they? And if it's a dead heat on offside, the goal stands, in my opinion. Big chance there for Blackpool. Striker there couldn't quite angle that one goalwards after a decent cross here. That boggles my mind. Of course it does. Ref should review all VAR decisions. Otherwise, VAR is overruling the person. The problem is not the technology, it's the rules. Yeah, they've got to make Wales, so they've got to make the rules now work with it, don't they? The rules worked when it was all subjective and no one was questioning it in real time. But yeah, I agree. I agree, Whale Shark. And so does Badger. Nice. We like to agree, but we do like to have a good debate here on the channel. And that's one of the great things that we've got here. We've got a great subscriber base and we like to keep it nice and balanced and a great, sensible debate going on right now, which is what I really like about doing this and why you guys, I think, biased, I know, leave your bias at the door and all that, best subscriber base, best place to debate on YouTube, isn't it? Hopefully I moderate it nicely and don't tolerate any nonsense from people. So all good. We need a Terminator from the future to override VAR. It's not going anywhere, Terminator or no Terminator, Lock, yes. Not going anywhere. Right. There are your scores ticking along at the bottom there. Blackpool nil, Doncaster, Blackburn nil, Doncaster 1, Blackpool 1, West Brom 1. Little bit of contention about whether there was an offside in the build-up to the West Brom equaliser. Bristol Rovers 2, Sheffield United 3. 3 goals in 4 minutes there. Burnley 0, MK Dons 1, Cameron Jerome, and then Richard Kehoe sent off and then reinstated through VAR. Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Adam Reach, Oldham 1, Bournemouth 2. Riquelme put in Bournemouth ahead in the second half. Rangers 0, Fulham 0. Stevenage 0, Swansea 2, and we have another goal at Blackpool. And Big Sam is behind again. It's Blackpool 2, West Brom 1. So if you did think that goal was offside, maybe justice done. Quick transition here. Good counter. Gary Medine. What a great finish that is. He's played through and he hits it really, really early. Neil Critchley celebrates that one. It's a really nice finish by Medine. And I don't know what you think in the chat. I think he went low when he went to League One. I thought he was definitely a Championship player, but lovely goal there. Just poked through. Doesn't take a first touch. And he gives the keeper the eyes, actually, as if he's going to put it to the keeper's left and then sticks it in the other corner. Nice goal, Gary Medine there. And it's Blackpool 2, West Brom 1. And we have one of our double division upsets back in play here. We've got League One Blackpool beating Premier League West Brom, and we've got League One League One MK Dons beating Premier League Burnley. See what the comments are saying, you lot. What else have we got here? I'm the dude. Love that film. Anyone know when Ramsdale last kept a clean sheet? Did they have a 0-0 draw? No, they haven't had a 0-0 draw. They drew 1-1 with Fulham, didn't they? Yeah. No. And it would have been for Bournemouth, then his last clean sheet for sure, wouldn't it? Best community, absolutely. Absolutely agree. Kyle says, I'm a keeper and the penalty line rule is unfair to keepers. If you ask the keepers to move off the line when the shot is taken, the keeper will never save it or have a chance. Yeah, does feel a little bit harsh, that rule now, doesn't it? Or very difficult for the keepers, isn't it? Problem is, if the channel grows, we won't have this flowing chat. It'll be going too fast. Yeah, I know what you mean, but I have to say, given what we're trying to do here, it will just grow. Let's be honest, this is not a 100,000 people, everybody lowest common denominator type thing that we're doing here. So I think it will grow gently, and we'll think of ways to remedy it if that does become an issue. What else is happening in the chat here? Do you think this will be Big Sam's first relegation? Not if he resigns one match before, Dan. Medine mentality, not good enough for the championship. Throws too many hissy fits. Maybe that's why he's not there. Badger, I love this debate. We know you love a debate, Badger. Great stuff. Sheffield United have hit the post. All the goals and action in that game. Ollie Burke again, so direct, in behind, slides it right-footed, hits the inside of the post. Just attack after attack after attack in Bristol Rovers versus Sheffield United. Hi, mate. I'm new to YouTube and my first stream was at 5 and I would appreciate a shout out. I'll give you a shout out, but one little bit of advice is a please. Never does any harm if you want a bit of help, buddy. Are you doing a stream for tonight's games? I'm not, ESO. We will be back. We will be back later. Grow, Ben, but please don't go corporate. Yeah, I don't want to do that, Alan. I do want to grow, but I don't want to be corporate. I want to make money, obviously, and try and do this full time. But I don't want it to become sanitized. And that's why you guys have got to give me feedback as we do grow to try and keep it sort of, what's made it successful, keep doing that. Cool. We'll read this last one from Hamza. Penalties should be an advantage to the attacking team, though. My issue with penalties is unless it's a goal-scoring foul and it's too harsh a punishment. Yeah. I was conflating, Hamza, how easy it is to get a penalty with all of the disallowed goals now. So I'm hoping that in some way is evening up the VAR stuff, that, yes, some goals are disallowed now, but there's so many extra penalties that get given that maybe it evens itself out. That well-worn football nonsense evens itself out. Blackburn chance here, left footer from the edge of the box. Oh, and a great double save by the Doncaster goalkeeper there. Excuse me, can't tell you who he is because I can't see his shirt, back of his shirt. Excellent goalkeeping there. Let's give him a shout out, although someone will know before I do that the Doncaster goalkeeper is indeed Ellery Balcombe, who's just gone on loan from Brentford, hasn't he? Is he another good player that Brentford have got? Deary me. Barbet just cleared off the line. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Leeds 2021. I hope things get better. Remember, you are, and I say this to anyone, you're amongst friends here. So, if there is crap going on, just share it in the chat. You know that people can help. You really, really do. Knowing you concede so many soft penalties, yeah, if they could just even that out, that would be best, wouldn't it? WBA, not joking. I can't take watching this club right now. Well, they've equalised once. Maybe they can do it again. I'm sure we all wish Leeds 2021's brother good luck with COVID. Fingers crossed he can fight that one off. Primm says, please don't do Raid Shadow Legends adverts. I don't even know what it is. Is that a video game, Primm? I've got no idea, but look, it's going to be difficult. Obviously, there's going to be some offers I'm going to have to take that might be not the best. But as we grow, I'll be able to be more picky and choosy. Badger down in Oz doing 4 a.m. kickoffs. Wow. Do you know what I would do, I think, Badger, is I'd go to bed, but then just shut everything off and then get up and not check any social media. And then the first thing I do is watch. Chance here for QPR. Oh, right the way across the box. Does that even hit the post? I think that's Dominic Ball. Kane's got it on the right-hand side. It is Ball, isn't it? It's a good save, actually, by Ruddock on the near post for Fulham. Just for men adverts. I think I'm going to need that pretty soon, Bits. Never going to dye my hair, by the way. Does the 5 p.m. rule apply to eating chili? No. I think you're okay with that, Lock. Yes, obviously it's 5 p.m. somewhere for when you have your first drink. But, yeah. Opinion on Villa having to field a young side, quite gutted because we're in a good position for an FA Cup run. Yeah, I can understand. That being annoying, and it was the sort of season where you always used to look for that, didn't you? You'd look for which Premier League team is not quite in the top 6, but having a good season, or not quite likely to finish in the top 6. And yeah, that could have been someone like Villa. But hey, think where Villa were a couple of seasons ago under Dr. Tony, nearly going bankrupt basically, and think where they are now. It's all good for Villa, isn't it? QPR destined to be 0-0. A mobile game, it's bad. And many YouTubers promote it because they use YouTube to advertise. I'll still watch you. There you go. Thanks, Primm. Hair product ads. Hair products, red wine adverts, kind of debating books or whatever. Yeah. Ben and David Ginola. Yeah, he's he's definitely worth it, isn't he? A fine figure of a man, David Ginola, isn't he? Villa could be challenging for the top 4. Well, they're doing all right, aren't they? Let's see if they can sign Ross Barkley. That'd be a step up, wouldn't it, in status if you're now bringing in those type of players. Right, I think it's game over at Bournemouth versus Oldham now. 3-1. Bournemouth 3, Oldham 1, 74th minute. So Bournemouth having a good season up at the top of the Championship. Look like they are home and hosed. Bournemouth go 3-1 up. And here's one for your narrative. Josh King has scored. And that's probably exactly what everybody wants there, isn't it? King and his agent are going to want him in the headlines. Bournemouth are going to want him in the headlines, so the price goes up. It's only bad news for, I don't know, who's interested in West Brom, West Ham. Obviously, King did well in the Premier League, contract up in 6 months. And he has scored. We'll take a look at the goal on BT. They're just trying to sell me a Jet2 Holidays, which is possibly the most pointless advert in the entire world because no one's got any money and you're not allowed to go on holiday. You got to keep 2 meters away from your brother. Do what you need to. Do what you need to, buddy. I think Ben should do beard and hair related products. Problem is that my beard doesn't join up properly, does it? There you go, Manscaped. I'd use the Manscaped thing if it does the lines there. So King to Villa. Would you take him, George? And Bits is having a bad day. Channel legend on the betting side. Yeah, good luck to Leeds 2021. Good luck to your brother. Horrible time, obviously, but hopefully he's a young guy and doesn't have anything underlying there. I'm not dying mine, Chris. I'm not doing it, buddy. I can't do it. Embrace the grey. Right, are we going to see this third Bournemouth goal now? Is Jermaine Genius going to tell us all about this? Here they come, Bournemouth down the left. Is that Diego Rico? I haven't looked at the teams. Don't know who's playing. Into the box it goes. King on the edge, plays it out wide. it's crossed in from the right, and yeah, good play by King. Powers the header home. And will that be Josh King's last goal for Bournemouth? I wonder. Very likely to move in this window. And Dave helps us out. It's 3-0 to Leicester, who have dominated Stoke, really. Ayoze Perez is the goal scorer, which we're now about to see. I think it's Pratt in the middle. It's helped on, and Perez is the goal scorer. Castagna was well forward in sort of centre forward position. Excuse me, and finished off. What are we saying here? Why is everyone talking about signing King? Can't even get in a championship team. No, that's not true, Thomas. He's when he's been fit, he's been in the squad, and they've basically not used him to keep him away from injury, haven't they? So yeah, he will be going. I suspect, and he's not in the team because he can't get in the team. Put it that way. What else have we got? King to Villa as Keenan Davis. Maybe he goes the other direction. Burnley have had 5 big chances and not managed to score. Not good. They've been superb. 50 years, Leicester Ram. And you think you've had it tough with Norwich. Yeah, right. Yeah. And Leicester won the championship as well, didn't they? What else have we got here? Oh, big handball shout in the West Brom Blackpool game, and it's a penalty. Kamil Grzycki going down the left-hand side, crossing it in. We're having a look at a replay here. And yeah, it's a definite penalty, isn't it? And it's nice to get an obvious one there. Turton, remember the wording now is deliberate or arm in unnatural position, and he's arms all the way out like that. So definite penalty there in the West Brom game. And Leicester have gone 4-0 up, actually. Harvey Barnes has scored for Leicester. And we have a penalty. Matt Pereira, left-footed. He puts it right in the corner. It's a good penalty, but the keeper did go in the correct direction there. But Pereira has made it 2-2 on 80 minutes there for West Brom. So three quick goals there, 2 of them in the Stoke game. Stoke are 4-0 down. And I mean, this shows the gulf between a top 6 championship team and a top 6 Premier League team, because teams have found it incredibly hard to score at Stoke, and Leicester are hammering them in. We're now looking at the goal. They're attacking down the left. It's half cleared. And Harvey Barnes, no touch, just smashes it home. And it is Stoke 0, Leicester City 4. Not a good day for Stoke, but we know they're competitive at championship level, don't we? If you're just now joining the stream, we normally call this a Saturday Super Stream, but today it's the FA Cup Super Stream. And we're having a great time here going over the goals as they go in. They're all down there on the ticker. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe and hit the like button. We've got a penalty for Stevenage, I think. Silly handball there. I think that might have been Gyökeres on the back post. I didn't quite see who it was. But Stevenage have a penalty. It's saved. They've missed from the spot. Freddie Woodman down to his right-hand side. Excuse me, my knowledge of Stevenage Town is not good, so I can't tell you who has missed the penalty. The chat will tell us. But a missed penalty for Stevenage. They could have got back to 2-1. Good save by Woodman in the goal. Woo. Right, nice to see Harvey Barnes' stock rising. Yes, Ryan, we were here watching him at West Brom, weren't we, in the Championship? Him and Barnes, Gail Rodriguez up top. Brilliant, wasn't it? Blackburn, West Brom, or Blackpool scoring West Brom. Most of the goals in this game have come against the run of play at the time. Interesting. There's more. They've gone to the QPR game, and Rangers clean through down the middle. Oh, it's a hell of a miss. Oh dear. Lyndon Dykes hasn't been a good sign in that one. Lyndon Dykes has to score from there. He's clean through on the half volley, and he slashes it over the top there. We've got Rangers fans in the chat. Tell me about Lyndon Dykes, because my perception is that he's not quite been at it. The £2 million plus, I think, signing from where'd he come from? Livingston? I can't remember. Alan says, seriously, Ben, you're going to have to compromise on either never cutting or dying. My missus says she thinks, I'll see how it looks long and grey, but of course, if it's the choice, I'll cut it if it's the choice. But hopefully, Alan, we got a few years before the grey comes all the way through. King to Everton. Don't know if his agent can pull it off. Newcastle, they already signed Fraser and Wilson, didn't they? The question is, Wickham 4, Preston 1. Do we hang around if games go to extra time? Is the question. Wickham have gone 4-1 up in the 82nd minute. So totally home and hosed, aren't they? Why are we talking about Wes Hoolahan? That guy's been the scourge of my life. Let's just say Wes Hoolahan was a very worthy opponent in the Ipswich-Norwich local derbies. Very, very good player, Hoolahan. Scored age 38 for Cambridge. Anyone know the Wickham scorer? If you can let me know Alex Samuel. There we go. Samuel is the goal scorer for Wickham, who, if I were to be with it and update the ticker, are 4-1 up. So big win today for Wickham over Preston. Wickham will be going through to the fourth round, despite being bottom of the championship. Great win for Wickham. Best win of the season for them in terms of the differential between them and their opponents. Getting foggy at Wickham. Fed through, nice touch and finish. And Alex Samuel is the goal scorer. Confidence building win, hopefully, for those Wickham players. Stop moaning about the footballing. God, that is Wesley. I tried to do it, Russ. I tried to do it in a complimentary way. He was a very worthy opponent, put it that way. We're seeing some footage from Blackpool. There's 2-2 in that game. A shot from the edge of the box, just wide of the post. I like that you think you have a choice and won't do what Shaylee tells you. On that note, have you asked if you can do extra time? She was having a kip when I started this. So she's downstairs with the dogs. Do you think Chris Wilder's position is ironically becoming safer? In reality, could anyone do anything now? And the thing is, could anyone do anything next season as well in the championship, as it looks like they're going to be better than what he could? And I don't know. I've said this before. I quite like the idea of Wilder, Sheffield United, Championship, Bogle, McBurney and Brewster up front. You'd fancy your chances of finishing in the top two with that lot, haven't you? Right. How many minutes are we out from a lot of these games now? We should be coming up full time in most of them. Dallas was 14 when he got his first grey hair. Sensational stuff. Full grey-white by 42. We have an Oldham goal. 4-1. Someone told me about that, actually. Sorry, let me just give him some credit. Callum was on that one, way ahead of me there. Oldham have... Oh, sorry, no, another Bournemouth goal. Nice little step over. Is King going to score again? Yes, he is. And his value maybe goes up a little bit more. Josh King scores his second for Bournemouth. I think that's Rico. Nice little step over. And King, lovely finish there. Slashes that in with the right foot, just curving outwards. Great goal by Josh King, low into the corner. And King gets his second. And Josh King's agent is somewhere. He's just switched the phone on, hasn't he? Chance for Blackburn there. Is that Tyrese Dolan? No, I think it's Buckley on the back post there. Trying to get in. Oh, he's completely miskicked that. He should score there, shouldn't he? Lovely little pick out. I think I've forgotten the guy's name. Rothwell. Buckley, the right back, getting in there, but not able to make contact. Let me just update the ticker to tell you that it is 4-1 to Bournemouth. God, I'm 2 goals behind on that one. So that is everything that's going on now with minutes left. A few of our games look done and dusted, i.e. Wycombe 4, Preston 1, Stoke 0, Leicester 4, Stevenage 0, Swansea 2, Oldham 1, Bournemouth 4. Otherwise, all to play for in Blackburn 0, Doncaster 1, Blackpool 2, West Brom 2, Bristol Rovers 2, Sheffield United 3, Burnley 0, MK Dons 1. MK Dons still holding out in that one. Exeter 0, Wednesday 1, and QPR 0, Fulham 0. We could get a change of outcome in any of those games with just a single goal as we go into Muller time. Chris says Blackpool looking more likely to get the winner. If we do go to extra time, maybe we'll go into watch-along mode. Let's see if I can use this TV correctly, which I'm absolutely awful at. They're actually showing a game on BT. And which one is it? And then we're going to start overlapping with Ipswich and Swindon at 5:30. Dear me, I'd get in all sorts of trouble, wouldn't I? BT Sport 2, Exeter versus Bristol Bears. Not sure if I fancy that one. Stokes players will sleep well tonight. They've had a good run around, have they? Man City Birmingham also looks done and hasn't kicked off yet. There you go. We just got a free kick for Brennan booting himself in the leg. You love to see it. Some S-housery, always popular on the channel, unless it's at my expense, which results in the fake news sin bin because I'm a huge hypocrite. Nat, and I don't think he's even being sarcastic, says Wednesday getting into a winning mentality. Well, they are. It's going to be 4 wins from 5, and they've just gone 2-0 up. Perfect timing. Everyone says the commentator's curse there. That was the commentator's blessing, wasn't it? Sheffield Wednesday, as we were saying, getting into a winning mentality. Go 2-0 up. Wednesday are home and hosed in that one. We're going to see the goal. It's coming in from the right-hand side, and Callum Patterson with a lovely little tap in there. Good work in the build-up. I don't know who that was. Is that Shaw? With the assist there, his shirt was covered. Yes, it was. He looks like a good player, actually. Shaw. He played centre-half the other day, didn't he, when we did the watch-along? And it is 2-0 to Wednesday, so they're going to be going through. And as Nat, I've still got it up on the screen there, in fact, suggested 4 wins in 5 for the Owls. Brilliant stuff. And they don't have a manager. Oh, well, Neil Thompson's the manager, but what a play from Liam Shaw, says Alex. Yeah, absolutely. Pope Ben, blessing Sheffield Wednesday. They've just gone to the Burnley game. And, Burnley are clear. And it's going to be cleared off. No, very cleverly hopped over there by whoever the MK Dons centre-back was in that one. Chance for Burnley. Good save, actually. And MK Dons just surviving there at the last. There's nothing better than sarcastically belittling your own club. You're allowed to when it's your own club, isn't it? Hey, isn't it? Exeter are like Ipswich under Burley. They lose the playoffs every season. Only if they go and finish 5th in the Premier League afterwards, Alan. Don't sully my George Burley memories. Right, it's full time. Stoke 0, Leicester 4. Not that there was anything to play for in that one since the last half an hour. Full times are going to be coming through very, very soon. What is the state of play with extra time games here then? Blackpool possibly. And anyone else level? QPR and Fulham possibly. Is anyone watching either of those games? And what platform are you watching it on? Blackburn 0, Doncaster 1. That goes down as an upset because they're not in the same division. Doncaster of League One get the win. Richards with the goal in the 42nd minute to beat Tony Mowbray's, speaking of George Burley's Ipswich, Tony Mowbray's Blackburn there. Well done, Doncaster, who have won in the Cup, and so have Swansea. Stevenage 0, Swansea 2. Stevenage missed a penalty, but Swansea comfortable. And so were Bournemouth. Bournemouth 4, Oldham 1. That one is all over. So a few full times already coming through. David fulfills the once per stream request for me to play a tune. And as I always say, there's no amp underneath it. I need to get an amp down there. I will do it. So I can play you a tune, but you won't be able to hear it. Blackpool look at the better at the moment. And ladies and gentlemen, pray silence. Sheffield United have won a football match. I'm actually going to applaud them because I do like Sheffield United and I do like Chris Wilder after their job. They've had a horrible season and they've won in the FA Cup today. It is Bristol Rovers 2, Sheffield United 3. So pleased for Chris Wilder to get a win. It's going to be extra time. Oh, Burnley 1. MK Dons 1. Let's give it a Warnock. MK Dons so close. Is Liam still in the chat watching that one? MK Dons so close, but Burnley have equalised in the 90th minute. Free kick into the box and just scrambled home there by, that's Mate Vidra. I didn't realise he was still at Burnley. Nice finish in the end, sliding in, putting it through the keeper. Will Norris, the keeper's up for the free kick as well. And Burnley get the equaliser. It's Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2 is a full time. So we're going to get another game in extra time. So Blackpool, West Brom is going to extra time. Burnley have just equalised. They're going to extra time. And we think we're getting, it's all the Premier League teams, isn't it? QPR, it was the 94th minute that Vidra scored in. Our latest goal. So I think we're going to get 3 extra time games. So I wonder if I can easily, without messing everything up here, update this ticker for you. Let's see the best way to do it. It's full time. Wickham 4, Preston 1. A big win for Wickham. Comfortable for them today. So let me just update the ticker. Blackpool extra time there. And sadly for MK Dons fans, going to be extra time at Burnley as well. Burnley 1, MK Dons 1. Late equaliser there. And also the West London derby, going to be extra time in Shepherd's Bush. QPR 0, Fulham 0. Have I done that correctly? So you should be able to see there. Actually, I can make that neater. I'm going to put one of these things in the way. It's going to make all the difference. Certainly, it's going to satisfy my OCD. Who'd have thought it, hey? There you go. Demarcation line. What's that line in The Office? Tim, one word, 2 syllables. Demarcation. There you go. There's my demarcation line. Please focus on Blackpool. I want to see Big Sam suffer. That's brutal, Alan. Brutal. Owls in the hat. Nice. You look like you've been just dragged off the streets. Do I? Nice one. You can have your 5 minutes of fame then. Callum Pritchett. In he goes into the fake news sin bin there. Callum, I think that was what you wanted, really. So we'll give the people what they want. There we go. In he goes to the fake news sin bin. And we will not be hearing from Callum again. Vidra will win, says Neil. Nice. 3 extra times, all with the Premier League teams. Vidra, Keogh, both Derby players, and Cameron Jerome in there as well. Oh, Liam, I feel for you, man. What platform are you watching it on, Liam? Can I see any of these 3 games? Can anyone tell me what platform you're watching it on? FA Player. Is that just on the FA website, Liam? Shall we bring the laptop out and see if we can get the FA Player up on the other screen? That's not in your way there, is it, guys? Let's have a look and see if we can get a look at any of these games. I don't have to sit and subscribe, do I? QPR Fulham, red button. What, on BT, Dave? Help me out here. I'll try and get the FA Player up, although that'll probably be massively delayed, won't it? The FA Player. Live now. Oh, nice. Okay, can I get it to work? Burnley MK Dons. What game did I want from it? Oh, I can't see it. Surely it's right up there as one of the first ones. No, it's only given me the options to watch Wickham, Blackburn and Burnley. Never mind. So what's the red button? On BBC, is it? Let's see if I can do that. We only have 3 games on extra time, so we'll hang around. And those games are on the end of the ticker there. Blackpool 2, West Brom 2, Burnley 1, MK 1, and QPR 0. Fulham 0. Right, how do we do this then? TV guide. BBC 1. Oh, for God's sake. Why can't I use a TV remote? TV remotes didn't used to look like that, did they? Right, all channels. Thank you. BBC 1. And then I just press the red button. That one, yeah? Loading. Nice. I think we're having some success here as my technical Luddite tree surpasses itself. I just have to type in 601, do I? Okay, let's press that button and then I'll just press 601, do I? Oh dear, no, I don't. Oh, it's trying to take me into the Sky Store now. God, this is like pulling teeth, isn't it? 601, 601. To watch this channel, you need to upgrade your package. No, definitely not working. Let's try the red button again. Oh, yeah. Have we got it? I think we're just getting a report from there. I don't know if I'm actually Will Perry, at Kian Prince Foundation Stadium. I need digital. We're struggling here. Came for the commentary, stayed for Ben trying to work the TV. I don't think I'm going to be very successful working the TV, am I? So maybe we are not going to be able to see that on here. Although they're still going around these grounds on. I wonder if Sky Sports will stay. Although I was watching BT, wasn't I? This is great entertainment, isn't it? My apologies, guys. Are they staying there? Sky Sports main event. Sky Sports football. What are BT doing? Looks like no one is staying on for extra time. That wasn't very clever, was it? Deary me. Right. On Sky, red button is 981. That's not going to be adult material if I press that button, is it? 98. Well done. Who put that up there? There we go. Goalie JD. Goalie JD is the champion of the chat. So we're pretty much into a watch along now. So we're gonna be watching QPR and Fulham in extra time, which we should be nicely familiar with. Let me just bung up there. QPR 0, Fulham 0, extra time. Watch along. And we're going to do it, guys. We are absolutely going to do it. Fulham in yellow, about to kick off. We just had a couple of substitutions for Rangers, and Fulham go long straight away there. We've still got the other results on the ticker, so that is all good. Hang around. It's like the elderly trying to work a computer. Yeah, ho-hum. TVs are, frankly, for the elderly, aren't they? My grandma, who was from Suffolk, used to get a man in to tune the telly. There's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where that's one of the gags, isn't it? Where his TV's not working and Larry gets someone in and he literally just, just hasn't turned it on or something crazy. Yeah, we're quite high, Emily, on Liam Shaw. Great assist today, wasn't it? Lovely stuff. How do you reckon you'll fare against Swindon today? Oh, we'll fare. Don't worry. Corner to QPR. Anthony Robinson just deflecting it out. A few players with a chance to maybe get back in Scott Parker's good graces here from a Fulham point of view. In comes the corner from the right, and that is easy for Ruddock in the goal. Just to catch you all up here, there's your Fulham team there. Ruddock, Iain, Reeve, Congolo. Now, does it account for substitutions? I don't think it does. So that's not actually going to be that helpful. But there was the starting lineup anyway. Reed, Tete, Anoma, Loftus-Cheek, Brian, Mitrovic and Cavaliero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those have been substituted. So Adoy, Robinson, Hector, Cabano and Bobby Reed are on. Congolo, Harrison Reed, Loftus-Cheek, Cavaliero and Tete are off. For Rangers, you can take Bon, Asai, Samuel and Cameron out of that weird look. Oh, no, they've made 5 themselves, haven't they? Carroll, Bon, Asai, Samuel, Cameron and Chair, Hammerline and Masterson, Betache, Kelman and Thomas are all on. So we have had 10 substitutions in this game so far. And here come Fulham, long ranger there, I think by Iain, and easily saved. We did see Iain score a brilliant goal on one of the watch-alongs we did earlier in the season. Fulham v West Brom. Hell of a goal. He came across and scored with his left foot. I've just seen Sheffield United one earlier. Lovely stuff. A win for Sheffield United. We'll do something tomorrow, Bembo. I'll figure it out in the morning. This is new to me, this FA Cup stuff, so we're just trying to figure out what to do, adjust on the fly. Here is Lyndon Dykes, missed a big chance that we saw in the earlier feed on BT. Keep me updated in the other two extra time games. Blackpool 2, West Brom 2, and Birmingham 1, MK Dons 1. Ipswich on the telly. When was the last time that happened? On Sky. Who did they have recently? They've been on quite recently, yeah. When Sky do a League One, lose to Accrington or some such nonsense. Oh, Bits is having a look at under 0.5 goals, but today I've hit nothing. We might even get a penalty shootout. When did Team Ream's hair get that long? God, that's a proper lockdown Barnet, isn't it? Dieng has it at the back for QPR. Barbe plays that one out wide. Dickey. Plays it into the front, but Ream robs it. I think I did see Michael Hector was on, so we can play Hector Ream drinking game. Mitrovic nearly getting in behind there. Mitrovic naughty leaves one on Dickey there. They've turned it over. Here's Joe Bryan into the box. Bryan to the byline, dinks it back. Dieng with the catch. Bembo, we are watching this on the BBC Red Button. Forward comes Hammerlinen. I think it's Carroll. I haven't seen Kelman play before, so he's a new one on me. Here come Rangers down the right. Kane crosses it in, deflects off Bobby Reid. That is Betache. Bull, nice little reverse pass. Kelman and Dykes, good football by Rangers. Kane crosses in and is deflected out for another corner. We are 5 minutes and 43 seconds into extra time, and we are 2 hours, 38 minutes into this stream. Defining FA Cup Super Stream for you. Today, MK Dons, red card, says Jimmy. They've already had one of those today, but VAR said no red card to Richard Keogh. Russell Martin, he's the manager, so a red card for the manager, arguing, says Sofa Score. That's all I know so far. Let's get that off. Ipswich team out. Drinan and Jackson up front, hey? Who needs Kane and Son? Bits. Marathon stream. Isn't it just, Ben? Corner in from Rangers, punched by Ruddock and recycled by Rangers. Put back in, looking for Dykes at the back post, headed on. Ooh. And he couldn't quite get there. He might have been Barbe still up. A quick throw out by Ruddock, and here comes Joe Bryan and Anthony Robinson on. Two good attacking left backs. Robinson into a crossing position, loops that one up. Mitrovic heads it down, and it goes loose and goes spare. And it looked like a foul, possibly on Kelman there, but no, Hector has got it. Adoy, he's not played since the start of the season, has he? Robinson, member of that excellent Wigan team. Played back to him by Joe Bryan. Robinson crosses and it is headed clear. Is that George Thomas? Is he on? This is the problem when you join a game in extra time that's had 10 substitutions. I don't know who's on and who's not. What are you saying, SofaScore? Mattheson. Yes, I did get that right, I think. Almost better to look at the substitutes rather than the actual 11. Norwich managed to win, and I wasn't wearing my lucky shorts. It's almost like your lucky shorts have nothing to do with the Norwich results, Ben, doesn't it, eh? Russ Martin sent off for moaning at John Moss as the MK in the MK game there. Who would be a good fit for Sheffield Wednesday as manager? Why doesn't Mr. Chansiri just make himself the manager now? That'd be amusing, wouldn't it? Quick plate of food, then Watford watch along. No, we're done for the day after this one, David. Wanted to cover as many teams as possible today. So actually, we should give David a shout out, being we're still going, and I haven't done so for a while. Thank you, David, the fan sponsor of our Super Streams. And this is the most super of Super Streams. Now, into extra time. So we've gone 30 minutes before 3 o'clock, and we're going to go 30 minutes after 5 o'clock. We're 9.5 minutes into extra time. Adoy has it in the centre circle, out to Robinson, who's getting a lot of ball down the left-hand side. Football, not Dominic Ball, who's playing in central midfield, against him. Hector. Go on, just for old time's sake, play it to Reeve. No, refused. Brian. Brian dinks that one in. Is that Cavaliero? Is that, look, who have they brought on? In it goes into the box, headed goalwards by Bobby Reid. Real chance there for Fulham. So it's Naskins Cabano who crossed it. Excuse me, don't quite have the rhythm of this game, having just picked it up in extra time at the end of the Super Stream. Crossed in, yeah, good chance for Bobby Reid there. Does not hit the target with the close range header. Joe Bryan just standing up the cross. Reeve flicking the header just wide of the post. If anyone's got any update from the other games that are in extra time, then do let me know. Big diagonal there. I think it's or is it Thomas who's in? Couldn't quite control it there. It was George Thomas. Just a big diagonal. Nearly took out the entire Fulham defence there. I'd still take Hector on loan. Yeah, there might be some chance of that. Jimmy says, a managerial red is about as exciting as this game has got so far. Robinson down the left. And it's turned over and QPR win it back. A nice ball through the lines there. Better Che. Kane. And it's turned over. Fulham have it in the centre circle. Bobby Reid, diagonal, looking for Cabano, who's managed to get it off the header from Larbey. He's put it out left to Joe Bryan, who crosses again, and that's easy for Seny Dieng in the goal. Thomas on to Kane, I think. Larbey. Out it goes to Hammerline in the left back. He crosses it in. Hector clears it. Not the best in central midfield. Onoma. And Rangers still have it. Betiche to Thomas, who goes out wide to Hammerlinen. Hammerlinen, can he get the crossover? No. Iain wins it back, and Cabano coolly dribbles it away. Iain to Adoy. And Adoy plays it to Hector. And we're not going to get Hector to Reeve, Reeve to Hector. They're refusing the old drinking game from last season, halcyon days. Here is Bobby Reid, edge of the box. Mitrovic. Reid hits it low, 1-0. Fulham. Lovely goal. Bobby Reid and Alexander Mitrovic combining, and Fulham take the lead in the 13th minute of extra time. Nicely worked goal. Turned over high up the pitch. And really lovely assist, actually, because Reid plays it into Mitrovic, and Mitrovic just rolls it really nicely with the sole of his foot into a shooting position. And Bobby Reid, right-footed, edge of the box, sticks it in the corner. Lovely goal, actually. Really good finish by Bobby Reid. Fulham lead in the 104th minute, right-footed into the corner, as we see the 18th replay on the BBC's feed there. Good strike. Slotted, wasn't it? Noah's not happy. I can't read that, Noah. Decent goal, that. Lovely goal. Fulham lead. Remember, we barely ever get any stoppage time in extra time, and it's 14:24 on the clock. So they're probably going to turn around very, very quickly. And QPR will have a quarter of an hour to get the equaliser. Let me bring the ticker back up at the bottom, and you will see, I think they're into the second period of extra time, says the West Brom Twitter. Blackpool 2, West Brom 2. Burnley 1, MK Dons 1, although apparently MK Dons manager Russ Martin has been red carded in that one. They've got a free kick to Rangers down the right. Ironically, because I said there wouldn't be any stoppage time at the end of the first period of extra time. In it goes, floated into the back post. Dickey heads it up in the air. Ruddock's going to catch that. Easy peasy. And the ref is going to blow his whistle. And we all turn around. Anyone give me any updates from the other two games, Blackpool and West Brom? Oh, no, he hasn't blown the whistle. So he's presumably just waiting for Ruddock to kick this up in the air. And then he's going to blow his whistle. He's still playing. Determined to prove me wrong here, isn't he? It's going to be a Fulham throw-in down the right as Scott Parker looks on. His team are going to be going through to the fourth round. We've played well today. Just need Austin. Heavy rumour. Charlie Austin back to QPR on loan. Great player for QPR, wasn't he, Austin? And for some reason, I've just managed to change the channel because I just don't know how to work the TV. Appalling work from me on the red button. There we go. They're still going. 2.5 minutes of stoppage time in one half of extra time. Reid. Hector. Hector's going to go long and diagonal. Good ball, actually. And, they're in behind Anthony Robinson. He tries to cut it back. It's come to Bobby Reid. Reid into the box for Onoma for Cabano. 2-0 to Fulham. Absolutely killer goal. 2 minutes into extra time, stoppage time. It was a good ball in the first instance from Michael Hector, a big diagonal that just took the fullback out and broke the lines. I thought the danger had gone when the cutback happened, but they do still manage to work the ball. Robinson does well. He tries to cut it back, just takes a bit of a deflection, takes the pace off it. Rangers have got loads of men back, but Reid to Onoma to Cabano, who slams it into the top corner with his right foot. And This one is all over, guys. So we've turned up for 15 minutes and seen 2 goals very, very quickly. Does anybody know now where I can find Blackpool versus West Brom? Waited for Fulham to score to blow the whistle. Yeah. Anyone know which channel I can find Blackpool West Brom on? Because we'll go over to that one. And we'll be all over the place in the Super Stream. If anybody knows where we can find that. There's your Borough. Oh, I expected Borough to be weaker than that, Stephen, today. Archer makes his debut. Spence, Bowler, Wood, Coulson, Wing, Hackney I've not heard of. Tavernier, Roberts, Brown, Pom. Did Parker actually want to win this tie, though? Well, a win's a win, and they've only had to travel about 3 miles or something, haven't they? So easy does it. Anyone help me on where the Blackpool West Brom game is? Maybe we'll switch over to that one. See if we can summon 2 goals over there. 15 minutes. BT Sport Extra Free, says Jimmy. I've got BT Sport. Do you know what channel number that one is? Or how I find it? Do I just go on to BT Sport and press the red button or something? Anyone help me out? Bet365 has Blackpool West Brom, but I need money in an account, which I'm afraid I don't have. Surely I can get BT Sport Extra 3. But I couldn't find it on my channel list. I don't want to be broadcasting me being completely doddery, though, trying to find this. 413 and press red, do I? Let's try that. See if we can get it. So I'm on BT. Although they do still have their coverage show there. Please wait, it says. 1, 2. Yeah, it's only giving me 2 matches choice there. I can watch Red Bull Leipzig versus Borussia Dortmund. I wonder if it's on one of the other channels. I have got the BT Sport app on here. Not watching a game on my mobile phone. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Let's try 414 and see if that's any different. I couldn't be more inept with this TV, honestly. Absolutely hopeless. Just don't know how it works at all. Pathetic. Let's try 414. See if that one works. I'm on the verge of giving up, guys. Nah, it ain't happening. I ain't getting that game. Oh dear. Right, let's go back to. I do want to try and get that. All right, let's go back to 414. See if we can do it. Is it on the red button there? I've got the please wait again, guys. 3 games still going. BT. There you go. Oh, I think I've done it. Unbelievable scenes. And there is Grant Ward, who used to play for Ipswich. Okay, so I had to go to 414 and then press red. Thank you, everybody, for their help. So we are now switching over for our second extra time and possibly penalties here because it's 2-2 with 23 minutes and 30 seconds gone. Grant Ward who I know all about because he played for Ipswich, is down injured. So we are going to change the banner and we're going to go where the story possibly is. And it's Big Sam looking for his first win, actually, as West Brom manager. It is Blackpool 2, West Brom 2. And we are going to be going over 3 hours on this stream. So we've only got 6 minutes of extra time left. Let me just bring the teams up, although there's likely to have been 10 substitutions in this one as well, which is always hugely helpful. So, yes, West Brom have made 5 substitutions and Blackpool have appeared to have made 4. But there is what's going on. Sawyers, Edwards, O'Shea, Furlong, Kipray on for West Brom. And Virtue Thick, Kakai, Ekpotata, Mitchell, and I think Ethan Robson has just come on. Can you make another substitution in extra time? Is that allowed? I don't know the rules. You get a spare one or something. I can't remember. I got there, Jimmy. Thank you for your help. Struggled with that, didn't I? Right, here come Blackpool down the left-hand side. It's turned over. And Burton has it in the goal for West Brom. It's gone down the left-hand side. A long ball forward. Looks like, who's that playing up front? Is that Kyle Edwards playing up top? Yeah, one extra sub in extra time. And a long ball cleared by Blackpool. A bit messy, but West Brom clear it. Not much football being played in this one. And it's back home with the Blackpool keeper, Maxwell. Maxwell's silver hammer. Those Blackpool shirts aren't tangerine enough. Degrees of tangerineness we are in discussion about. Attempted ball around the corner there. Blackpool very direct there into the box and cleared out for a corner. It was Virtue Thick trying to get in behind and just cleared out there. I think it was Kipray who just got ahead of his man. Corner for Blackpool. We are in the 26th minute of extra time. Ergo, the it's gone up to 27 now, 117th minute. Corner goes in, headed clear. And a free kick to Blackpool. Kravinovic challenged for the ball. His foot was, however, high. It was Mitchell who charged in and put his head in there. It's a free kick to Blackpool. Mitchell's placed the ball down. There's a couple of them over it. James Husband, who used to play for Norwich, didn't he? Is over the ball as well. Looks like Mitchell or Husband. Robson's there as well. Looks like Husband's going to knock it to the side and Mitchell's going to hit it with his left foot, but I think they've got something planned here. Uh, 28th minute now of extra time. Pereira is about 6 yards away from it and the ref needs to ask him to move. Mitchell hits the free kick into the wall and Everything breaks down there. Recycled down the right by Kakai into the box. Ajayi makes a good block there. Virtue Thick was arriving, and it's cleared in the end by West Brom. West Brom can't get out at the moment. Blackpool just having the pressure these past couple of minutes. And Ipswich have kicked off. Put Ipswich on your ticker. It's the FA Cup Super Stream. We always have Ipswich on the ticker on the Super Streams, but we've got to stay loyal today to FA Cup only. Burnley MK Dons has gone to penalties, if anyone wants to keep me updated on that one. Full time there. Kakai plays it wide. Mitchell gets the cross to the back post, and that's going to go out for a goal kick. We've got 20 seconds left before we go to penalties. Excitement abounds because we love a penalty shootout, don't we? Especially when your team's not involved. In fact, last penalty shootout I saw in the flesh was West Brom. It was West Brom and Villa in the playoff semi-final. God, that must have been the last penalty shootout I saw. There's 2 minutes stoppage time in this extra time. Turned over by Blackpool. Tried to play Medine through, but nothing doing there. Button goes short to Kipre. Sawyers gets hold of that. May 2019, yeah. Don't think I've seen a penalty shootout since then. Pass. Here's Kravinovic round the corner. Kravinovic, Pereira, edge of the box, tries to dink it through. Good header away. That had handball written all over it if he'd not been alert there at the back. And Blackpool are going to clear their lines. About 45 seconds of the minimum stoppage time is remaining. Kakai has fouled Sawyers. And that's going to be about it, I think. And then we go into penalties. O'Shea, big diagonal, doesn't find its way through. 20 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. Big Sam stands with his arms folded. Big diagonal to the other side now. I think O'Shea's kept that in. Long ball forward, headed away by Ajayi. And I think the ref has blown his whistle. It is going to be a penalty shootout for us to watch. Lovely stuff. I think that probably warrants a new page in the pad to keep track of this one. Blackpool and West Brom has gone to penalties. So has Burnley and MK Dons. And we will see who is going to win this penalty shootout. So Chris Maxwell is the Blackpool keeper. And David Button is the West Brom keeper. Big Sam's known for his preparation, so I wonder whether they'll already know who the penalty takers are, or whether they're even that bothered with the standing of the FA Cup and West Brom down at the bottom of the Premier League needing points for there. Neil Critchley with the Blackpool players. They're all just taking a drink before we go over for the penalty shootout. The rest of our games today, you can see there. Blackburn 0, Doncaster 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Sheffield United 3, Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Oldham 1, Bournemouth 4, Stevenage 0, Swansea 2, Stoke 0, Leicester 4, Wycombe 4, Preston 1. I haven't updated the ticker there because we were over there for the 2 goals for QPR, weren't for Fulham at QPR. I'm guessing that's still 2-0. No one said anything in the chat. And we are about to embark upon a penalty shootout in this one. Looks like Jimmy's going to keep us updated with the score in MK Dons and Burnley. They're just a little bit ahead of us there. FA Cup 3rd round Super Stream today. Thank you everybody who's joined me across the past 3 hours. This will be the last action of the stream because I am knackered. Here comes Jake Livermore. They're going to flip a coin. Not that it really matters which end you take them in an empty stadium, but who goes first is important. So it looks like Burnley have missed their first penalty. Vidra will try and keep up with both, but once I'm into this one, we'll just focus on the drama of the penalty shootout. So remember, Maxwell is the West Brom. Sorry, the Preston keeper. It's the Blackpool keeper, for goodness sakes. And Burton is the West Brom keeper. Here we go. All the players into the centre circle as the goalkeepers head into their position. Lovely second penalty for Dons. Ruth at the net. Burnley score their second. So I think that's 2-1 MK in that game. And we're going to have a start to this one now. And Blackpool, who won the toss, are going to be taking the first penalty. And Jerry Yates is going to take it. As ever, all kinds of S-housery going on. Try to keep the taker weight in. The taker tries to keep the keeper weight in. God, can you imagine VAR in a penalty shootout? Keep your feet on the line. Sørensen misses for Don, so Burnley can equalise in that one. Yates measures his run up, takes a big deep breath, right-footed, and it's saved by David Burton down to his right. Bad start for Blackpool and Yates. It's into the corner, but Burton goes the right way. He wants him to go that way. He's pointing that way and leaning that way. And good save by David Burton. 3-3 in the other shootout. Kamil Grzycki is going to take the first penalty for West Brom. Can give them the lead. Blackpool missing their first kick. Grzycki is going to take this one right-footed. Hasn't featured much for West Brom this season. Do something productive now. Going to be quite a long run-up. Right-footed and scores. Sends the keeper the wrong way and side foots it into the net. 1-0 to West Brom. And it looks like turnaround in the other game. Indeed. It's like Burnley are at the advantage now if they can score their next kick in that one. We are 1-0 to West Brom on penalties here. Here comes the second Blackpool taker. And it's Dougal. Steps up, right-footed. Oh, lovely penalty. Into the top corner from Kenny Dougal. He used to play for Barnsley. I'm sure I've seen him play. Right-footed, little stutter, smacks it in the top corner. Great penalty from Dougal. 4-4 in the other one. They look like they're going the distance. This one is 1-1. West Brom have a penalty in hand. Kyle Edwards, substitute, is going to take it. Here comes Edwards, another right footer. Saved. 1-1 in this one. And we've had 2 misses already, or 2 saves rather, down to that right-hand side. All right footers as well so far. Burnley through 4-3. So here comes the next Blackpool penalty. It's 1-1. 2 penalties taken apiece. His husband is going to take this one. First left footer. Lovely penalty. Button goes to his right. Husband goes the other way and just strokes it in. So it's 2-1 to Blackpool now. Blackpool lead for the first time in the shootout. And we go to the third West Brom penalty now. Darnell Furlong, a right footer, little stutter, saved. Bad penalty by Furlong. And from having the advantage after the first kick, West Brom have missed the next 2 kicks. And Blackpool now lead 2-1 in this one. So advantage Blackpool now. The pressure's really on West Brom. If Blackpool score the next kick, then the next West Brom taker cannot miss, basically. It's Gary Medine. Going to take this one. Can really put the pressure on here. Medine, right-footed, smacks it and scores. And that's a huge advantage now to Blackpool. They're 3-1 up, which means West Brom have to score both of their penalties and Blackpool have to miss their last penalty. So this is sudden death now, basically, for West Brom. It's Jake Livermore. Has to score. Right-footed, and he does. So the shootout goes on one more kick, but it's 3-2. And if Blackpool score their next penalty, then they are through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. And Big Sam is still without a win. Sully Kaikai is going to take it, the number 10. If he scores, Blackpool go through. Burton jumps up and down. Kaikai is going to take it right-footed. Here he comes. He's hit the post. Oof. That kick to win the game, and he missed. But the next West Brom taker still has to score. Dramatic penalty shootout, I have to say. I thought it was all done when West Brom missed the 2 in a row there, but Blackpool have also missed 2 penalties, and Kakai doesn't even work the keeper there. He hits the post, which means West Brom can equalise and take it to sudden death. And it's Matt Pereira as well. So you would back him to score. Here he comes. Left-footed. Saved. Wow. So Blackpool win through in the end. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Noah's comment there. Ben just wants to go. I'm like 3 hours, 15 minutes into a stream, and these pro footballers can't score 10 penalties between them. So, in our extra time games, tremendous stuff. Who commented that? Noah comment of the day. In our extra time games, 2 goals from Fulham in extra time gave them a 2-0 win at QPR. It was, what was it in the end? 3-2 on pens. Blackpool beat Premier League West Brom in a big upset, and Burnley have beaten MK Dons with a 94th minute equaliser and then on penalties. So MK Dons will be furious. The rest of the results are ticking along the bottom. I'm absolutely cooked, guys. I don't know how people do those 8-hour streams or whatever, or the ones where they're on the video games consoles. It's been an absolute joy to spend the last 3 hours with you. If anyone lasted the whole stream, I tip my cap to you. I'm going to go and make dinner and probably go and actually we're going to have to walk the dogs now. Go and grovel to Chaley for disappearing for hours and hours. Have a good rest. Cheers, everybody. Top effort from you lot. And check out Twitter tomorrow. We'll advertise what it is that we're going to be doing tomorrow. But I've had so much fun on the Super Stream. We'll probably just do another one of those tomorrow. Thank you for watching. That was the FA Cup Super Stream. And it's a big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.